Yeah, but Julius Randle, he talked about his time in New Orleans, and it seems like Anthony Davis always wanted to get the fuck up out of there, man.
Yeah,
I don't
bro,
know.
I'm not.
I don't know what's going on over there, man. It's like, does that organization, are they just collecting money? Is that like a check thing, or do they actually care about winning?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. That's always gonna be a Saint city,
Mm-hmm.
and the ownership knows that shit because they're also on the Saints, right?
Yeah,
So
they
they're
own the
not
football
heavily
team.
invested in. They're obviously not that heavily invested in the Pelicans, but I've seen kind of a tide change. I think they added more competent guys in their front office, but during Anthony Davis's time, outside of what 2017, you could say they didn't really do much in order to improve Anthony Davis's situation. I felt like with the Pelicans during Anthony Davis's time, one mistake they did is they never like once they found that generational guy, they kind of like quickly built the roster around him, and all of it failed. I mean, dude, it works for certain teams, but I feel like with the Pelicans, they were kind of like on the losing side of that, quick development. And that's like something I think the Spurs should also take notes, to be honest with you. It's all right, yeah, right now you got the Victor with Binyama, and
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of quickly building a team on him. And all like obviously he's a generational star. He's looking to compete, so you're gonna try to build a team around him, right?
Yeah, I
But
feel
you don't
like.
want to build a team that just
Mhm.
stuck
No,
while
I was
like
gonna
you're
say
younger.
the Pistons. Going back to your point where you said they try to build too fast, I think that's what happened to the Pistons because they made a lot of kind of I don't want to say win now moves, but kind of like let's get like more talent right away, and they
Yeah,
sent like first round picks. They sent like different things over different type of assets, and it didn't really work out. It didn't really work
no.
out with their young core.
Bro, I think with like, dude, you could go both ways, right? You could go Pelicans for Anthony Davis, they kind of like failed, or you could go the route of like the Dallas Mavericks, who decided to build quick with Luca, get him obviously Kristaps Porzingis, and trade Porzingis away for veterans, then you trade the veterans away for Kyrie. You could do that route, but it's just like you're forced to be active on your feet, and I'm gonna be honest, it puts you in the hot seat. Like it puts you in the hot seat as compared to I don't know like Alfred Şengün's situation in Houston or Paulo Banchero's situation in Orlando, where or even Shea Gilgeous Alexander, where you could just milk out the time because like all you have to do is like pay these guys crazy by year 4, year 3, and they'll be in the roster till year 8.
Yeah, and then they'll make their money back or have a big name attraction. But let's see what Julius Randle had to say about playing in the Pelicans, man. Yeah, I think he kind of gave the insight like, hey, this organization ain't it.
I remember I always wanted to play for I only wanted to play for the Lakers when I got there. I was like, I wanted that Kobe,
Mm-hmm.
20 years, play for one organization type thing. And, I remember my agent looking at me, he was like, I was young and naive. And he looking at me, he like, bro, like, I want that for you too, but that really just don't happen much. And I'm like, man, you don't know me. I'm doing it like, this is what I'm doing, whatever. So by the time I got to New Orleans, I think they had got the #1 pick. And I'm like, man, and then AD was like, I'm out of here. I was like, yeah, I'm out of here too.
That's crazy. Like the time that Julius is talking about right there, they had DeMarcus
Yeah,
Cousins too on that team, and
yeah.
Rajon Rondo.
I think it was a season later.
It was a season later.
Yes, we're talking 2018, 2019. So by then, DeMarcus signed with the Warriors. Bro, I don't think so, man. I think it was Nikola Mirotic they got when they lost DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh yeah, you're
Because
right. You're right. You're
2019 was the
right.
infamous free agency, bro. You remember? It was a Kyrie, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George got traded. Jimmy Butler left the team. Who else am I forgetting? There's that big whole free agency. Remember where everyone expected the Knicks to score big, but they just got Julius Randle, Bobby Portis, Marcus Morris Sr.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because
Damn.
Julius Randle was the insurance. Like Julius Randle was like, all right, DeMarcus is out of here. So, at the time the Lakers were moving on from Julius Randle because they brought in LeBron. Oh, LeBron James was also in that free agency. Well, no, LeBron James was on free agency before 2018. So they brought in LeBron, so they were quickly like willing to move on.
Yeah, you're right. Cause he did that 1 year in New Orleans. You're right. I was wondering
Yeah.
why. I was like, yo, Because I remember the season DeMarcus Cousins went down, and then Randle and Alfred Payton was going crazy. But
Yeah, that
it
was
must
the
have been the
season
following
after because
season.
Rondo left. Rondo left for after the Pelicans. He went LA, so he was in LA by that time. Like I remember they signed LeBron, and right after they lost the finals, they signed LeBron,
Mm-hmm.
and they brought in Michael Beasley, Rajon Rondo, kind of like you remember Lance Stevenson, kind of like non-spacing guys. I don't know if you
Yeah,
remember. Yeah, and like LeBron went down mid-season, they missed the playoffs.
Wait, that's when he first came to LA, right?
Yeah, you remember when he first missed the playoffs? Brandon Ingram got blood clots. Alonzo couldn't stay healthy.
Mm-hmm. That team won
But
35 games the year before. Then they won the same amount the year LeBron joined them, which was strange. But
yeah,
yeah, I remember that. You're right.
but like
You're right.
back to topic, man. I mean, dude. I mean, that season, if you remember, bro, it was already Anthony Davis already demanded a trade by mid-season of that year. So I think by then a lot of the guys like Julius Randle was kind of becoming his own. And I think Randle at the time only signed a 1-year deal with the Pelicans that year,
Yeah,
that
he
off
did. It
season.
was a 1-year deal.
Like it wasn't a crazy contract. Which
Nah,
I wonder why
it really wasn't. It really wasn't.
And I always wondered why he always signed that 1-year contract. I think for him it was kind of for him and the Pelicans. I guess you could give credit to the Pelicans front office. They played it safe with that investment.
Yeah,
Because
but
if they signed him
unfortunately,
long term, they would have been fucked.
yeah, but unfortunately, that was a conundrum that Magic Johnson created. Why would he let Julius Randle walk away for free? You know what I mean?
I
It
mean,
didn't
he
make
let
any sense.
Zubac traded Zubac away for Candy.
Yeah, but still,
don't get me started
a
on
first
that era.
overall pick, a first overall seventh overall pick. Like we've never seen that. Just
Bro,
a
during
team
that
just
time,
let
during
him
that
walk away
time,
for
you
free.
remember he used to come off the bench for fucking Larry Nance Jr. Like Luke Walton had him coming off the bench with Jordan Clarkson.
They had Brian Scott as the coach at it for a while. He doesn't like playing young guys.
Brian Scott, but then Luke Walton came in. So when Luke Walton came in, he wanted a offense that kind of rent Lonzo. So in order for that, you kind of have to get a guy who can just like get in the paint and kind of just catch lobs. And they kind of put Larry Nance Jr. in the offense.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yo,
Yeah.
Luke Walton, the power forward killer. He almost killed Randall's career. He killed what's his name? The one from Sacramento, the one that went
Marvin
ahead
Bagley.
of Luka. Marvin
Marvin Bagley.
Yeah, and then he almost did it in goal. He almost did it somewhere else too. Didn't he get a job somewhere else? It was Sacramento.
He got Sacramento and LA.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. He almost destroyed both of those guys' careers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Randall also talked about joining the Knicks, like why he picked
Yes.
them.
Yeah, I thought that was a very interesting. I mean, you'll love that clip too.
Because everything that I envisioned coming to New York is happening now. I wanted to really establish myself. I obviously, wanted to become an all-star, but I wanted to win here. I felt like, and this ain't a shot at nobody, but, it was always, New York was looked at like as a place that nobody wanted to come to. So for me, it was like, I had just been around a dude who would take on any challenge.
Yep.
It didn't matter what it was. So I kind of felt like it was like that Kobe spirit, Mamba mentality in me. Like, man, let me take on this challenge.
Yeah, let's change that.
And see what happens. Like, it's easy to, play for the money and all that different type of stuff. But for me, it was more about legacy and like, not how other people looked at me, but like if I'm done playing, like how do I want to look back at my career? Did I challenge myself? Did I push myself? And for me, like I said, everything that I wanted to envision happening is happening now. We're still not there, but this, we're on the way.
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely on the way. And for Randall, that's the first time I think he actually found a home, was in New York.
Yeah,
That's the first time he found
LA,
a real home.
He lost the starting rotation in LA. The Pelicans, he never figured it out. This was legit, bro. I think the fact he took a gamble on himself is very respectable, and he's right. Before he went to the Knicks, bro, nobody wanted to touch that franchise with Phil Jackson. What's that the two other Scott Mills and
Steve Mills, yeah.
Steve Mills and what's the other guy's name? Perry something.
They just hired Scott Perry around that time, but it was
Scott
mainly
Perry
Steve
and Steve
Mills
Mills.
and Phil Jackson.
Yeah, and then you had what? You have the David Fizdale. They're all infamous. You had
The Fizdale show.
the Fizdale show where he's smiling while getting blown out.
Yes, with no direction.
Why? Who else was coach? Was Fisher coach?
Derek Fisher.
Oh, I mean, do I have to really talk about that?
Yeah, that was around the time where Derek Fisher. They said he's messing with Matt Barnes' wife, and then he tried to mess with one of the Knicks rookies' girlfriends. Yeah, shit was crazy.
Big shot fish, bro.
Too many rumors like that surrounding Fish. Big fish, you need to stop fishing.
Yeah, even back then he was looking for some buzzer beaters, dog.
Yep. Man, my man switched from one man's girl to another man's girl in 0.4 seconds. God damn. Come on, Fish. But yeah, the Knicks were a mess. Phil Jackson was beefing with Carmelo. Yeah, but for Randle, man, in a way, Randle was being overlooked. Magic Johnson just let him walk. He was in New Orleans. We all know how that goes. It's up and down. It's pretty dysfunctional over there. Not really dysfunctional, but they don't really have a direction. It's almost like they assemble teams just to sell tickets. Like, we're just competitive enough. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
It's weird.
Yeah. Wait, which era? My bad, dude.
I'm talking about New Orleans.
Oh yeah, dude. They were complacent, but it's weird why they were complacent because like I'm not gonna say they didn't try to compete. They did in 2017 when they got DeMarcus, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after that, it seemed like they were kind of content on just being mediocre. I thought the Julius Randle signing, dude, it should have panned out, but at the end, by then it was a little too late. The problem with them is they took it too seriously too late. That's my opinion on it. Like Boogie Cousins, obviously they're both from the Wildcats, right? Kentucky Wildcats. So that probably made Anthony Davis want to play for the Pelicans. Also, they brought in Rajon Rondo, who like obviously clearly like the following free agency, you could tell that Anthony Davis loved playing with him. So they brought in guys that he loved playing with, and he was able to build and mesh with. But I think what happened at the end is once DeMarcus went down and he just didn't see, like Alfred Payton was brought in. I don't think he saw like a bright future. Julius Randle was brought in. He kind of saw that his writing on the wall. Yeah. Because Julius wasn't the player. Like, come on, let's be real. Like Julius, we knew he was a solid player, right? But like this is like after his rookie year, it was kind of like on and off.
Yeah, he got hurt his very first game. Everyone knew that there was potential with Julius, with the passing, the he was a bull in the China shop, but we really never got to see it kind of be tamed. Like, him going to New Orleans, them being up and down.
He never got to like glue it together. Even in LA, he never glued it together. It seemed like
even when he first arrived in New York, there, it was like the Knicks were all over the place. It was like him just chucking up a bunch of shots, trying to average his 20. It wasn't really tamed.
Once it was like the 5th or 6th season, he was finally like once he lived up to like that rookie contract or the real rookie contract where he was able to get his game together and figure out like how to use his strength. Because now you watch him, he drives into the paint, he creates so much offense for the other players, and he's such a capable passer.
But what really helped him was the pandemic. That's when he buckled down in his game, and that because remember the Knicks, their season ended I think in January. They didn't come back to the play-in.
Yeah.
So that whole time, he actually reworked his game, had a great offseason. Matter of fact, I think that was the last offseason he's had healthy. I think even this offseason, he's going to come back not having an off-season to work out and improve on his game.
That's the scary part about his career right now. But now he's out. Like, he's out for the whole season. That's like, we could transition to that because I posted that article. But he's out for the whole season. So it's tough to see, but like, I respect Randle. I think what he's able to do, he's turned New York into a firehouse franchise. I don't know if he'll be there in the long term, but like, he earned his credit, bro. Like 2 all NBA teams, 3 All-Star games.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he definitely overachieved.
One more can you say, bro?
Yeah, but with the Knicks, they actually took a chance on evaluating his shoulder over time instead of just
Yeah.
saying fuck it, we're ending his whole season and just ruling him out. So
Do they played it smart, man? Like
yeah,
at
they played it
worst-
smart, but
Yeah.
apparently he got injured at a practice a few weeks ago. I think
Yeah.
over 5 weeks ago, and they already knew he
Yeah.
was done after that.
I'm happy, man. Like I would rather them just like I don't know. Your team is working out well right now. Josh Hart is hot. Um, Brunson's taking his game to another level. Dante Lorenzo is great. You just kind of you can play it out. To be honest with you, I think Precious has really stepped into the role, a large portion of the role. They have
Yeah.
guys who stepped into the
But
role.
right
so
now
like,
the Knicks
you
are
just
gonna
kinda play it
need
off.
a second scorer though, man. That's really what's gonna hurt them.
Yeah, that's
'Cause-
what's gonna hurt them.
Because to guard Brunson right now, they're gonna force him to pass the ball up, make someone else make something happen,
Yeah,
and it's not gonna go well for the Knicks if they rely
the
on.
lights are gonna be bright on Dante, bro.
Yeah, Dante DiVincenzo is a second scorer. It's like it's gonna be too inconsistent. It's not gonna.
And then OG
not gonna
hasn't.
be
I
enough.
don't know how OG will play either. He's been on in and off. So you're kind of banking on OG. You're banking on Dante. Hard is just the dog on the court. They're it's iffy.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough for them going forward. But it's unfortunate because they were actually set up to be in position to at least be in the Eastern Conference Finals or get a second round victory at least.
Oh, 100%, dog. They're
The way they were playing in
they're
January
deep.
was crazy.
they're deep.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they
that's
have a
cra-
lot
like-
of off-season questions they got to ask themselves. Like, are they going to bring back a lot of the rotational players? Like Hartenstein?
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to be after that guy.
I think Hardenstein's gone, man.
Yeah, but the Knicks, I think the Knicks have they have the ability to match whatever offer he gets. So
Let's see, man, because I'd assume like I don't know the Oklahoma City Thunder, maybe even the Houston Rockets. No, Houston Rockets means Steven Adams trade, but like Oklahoma will try to make a move for him. There's gonna be teams that are gonna be insistent on getting him.
we'll see.
I
how that
can't think
works
of-
out.
Maybe even I wouldn't be surprised if like Memphis, like if they want a rebounding big, they're like, all right, we got assets and we got money to play with. Why not just bring in Isaiah Hartenstein to match him up with Jalen?
Nah, there's
with,
definitely going to be a market for him
Jared.
because there's a lot of teams that want a big man to be able to play out of that short role position. So,
Yeah, like
kind of play that role.
I mean,
a
those
little
are
bit.
those are the teams I could name off the top of my head. Jaren Jackson Jr. Maybe they want to pair him up with the big who can just do the rebounding for him. Same with Oklahoma City Thunder, who kind of need a guy next to Chet,
Mhm.
and you
The
could also
Pelicans-
put him.
the Pelicans. need
Pelicans.
yeah, they also need that.
Yeah,
Even
Pelicans need that.
OKC needs someone like him.
maybe even the Houston Rockets if they decide like Steven Adams is not going to be their guy.
Nah, I think by them trading for him, that's gonna be their guy.
Let's see, man. I mean, you're talking about like 32-year-old Steven Adams coming off a leg injury. So this offseason is going to be a lot of decisions for them, and they're probably already evaluating where Steven Adams is right now.
Yeah, speaking of the Rockets, man, they had a big ass game against the Golden State Warriors. Oh my God. And everyone went crazy talking about Jalen Green over the past few weeks. It looked like it was a resurgence. But then I asked myself this question. Remember, we asked it last time. Can he play next to Şengün? And can he play big in crucial games? And a couple of days ago,
Both were
man,
answered.
that game against the Golden State Warriors, man, dudes folded, bro.
Dude, lights were bright.
Yes. Lights were bright. They were very, very
Lights
bright.
were bright. You think Fred VanVleet in his head was like, "Fuck, man, I miss Kawhi right now."
Yeah, man. They just played. Yeah.
It's a playoff for the 2019 finals, man. It's a joke off the 2019 finals.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but their coach even went off on them, man. Those guys were not ready for that big moment.
Bro, lights, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even think the Rockets thought they'd make it this far, man. Especially like the midseason injuries with Tari Eason. Tari Eason's still not playing basketball. Alfred Şengün, like this is a good morale up. There's nothing to take away from that. I mean, Udoka has established a culture in Houston, which they were missing, bro. The Silas did not work out. They were missing it, and they got it. But the thing is now that with the Rockets, right? You're in a decent position because both of your number one options, right? Or you can make an argument for both as of right now. They're both in what the third year. So this offseason, they're both expecting to get paid. So it's not a bad position for the Rockets to be
No,
in
not
if
not
they
at
want to
all,
make a
not
move.
at all. But
Like
but the
it's
thing,
actually a great
but the thing
position.
is with the Jalen Green, that's the biggest question. Like, you can't build around him.
No, you can't.
He can only contribute, but you really can't build around him as a main piece. But
Bro, my thing
but
with
wait,
him
hold on.
is
Going back
like
to what you said with Udoka, my bad. I just want to go to this real quick.
Mhm.
He's setting a standard for this team. After this loss, he actually called them out.
It looked like the moment was too big for a lot of players out there. Saw it look like deer in headlights a little bit. Either look soft or scared. One or the other, and that's two bad things for a lot of our guys to have, and didn't rise up to the moment like I thought we would.
Damn.
Yeah, he's
Wow,
right.
he called him soft too, man.
Yeah.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
bro,
Jalen Green
he's
had
right,
a real
man.
bad game, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, bro, Udaka's not meant to coddle players. Like, that's not what the Rockets brought him in for. They wanted someone tough. Like, I think that's what the problem with Silas was, is the players walked all over him. So he's holding players to a standard, which is dope as hell.
Oh yeah, for sure. In that game, yeah, Jalen Green was 4-12, 3 from 8 from 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, 4 turnovers. Yeah, it's not really a good game from Jalen.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's gonna be fascinating. Like, bro, the thing is, Şengün takes away his driving lanes, right? But my thing is also this: if Şengün played, will the Rockets win that game? Probably. I think Şengün's game would probably translate in the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
in
for
my
sure.
opinion.
Because it
I
looks
think
like
it's like
it looks like the way Draymond organized that defense, they actually took away the lanes from Jalen, and he
Yeah.
settled for a lot of threes because out of the 12 shots he took, 8 of them were 3-pointers. So and he's
and
not
he's
a
a very
3-point
volume
shooter.
3-point shooter.
Yeah, he
No,
settled.
you're
He completely
comfortable.
settled.
Yeah, because you know he'll take those threes and miss.
Yeah.
I respect him for taking them, but you just kind of you're like, all right, whatever, I'll take that gamble.
Yeah, so I mean,
And
around Şengün, more of a problem. Yo, Şengün, I'm not gonna lie, man. This season he came up. He looking like a
he came up.
polished
He was an all-star.
post player. And low key,
Yeah,
and you know what's low key? He is going to
Yeah.
give Wemby. He might be Wemby's real rival, low key,
In the
because
same
the
conference?
last
Hell
time
yeah.
they matched up, yo, Şengün was beating on Wemby's ass. Like, I
Yeah,
was shocked. He
But
was
Şengün
dunking
is
on him and
pure-
everything.
yeah, he's pure skill, bro. I think the Jokic comparisons are lazy. I see more of like a Sabonis kind of, maybe like a Sabonis with a more natural game,
Mhm.
or Pau Gasol. That kind of player I could really compare him to.
Oh, for sure. The passing is
Like,
unbelievable.
yeah. But I just don't think he's as dominant on offense as compared to Jokic, but he's great.
Yeah, because that offense is not his only threat. Once again, it's the passing. So if the Rockets
Yeah.
have the right cutters, the right guys making split cuts into the hoop, man, like that guy
Yeah.
can kill, man. He can kill. And he's a
Oh,
post up player,
100%.
and he could post up, which is in the playoffs that comes through clutch. Yeah, man, the Rockets, Jalen Green, man, a lot of the Jalen Green apologists, they were real fucking quiet, real quiet.
He's in a weird, tough situation, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like now for sure, Jalen Green has to evaluate. It all looks sunny up for him and his fans, but you know it's tough now to say what's gonna be next for him. Because bro, his game is not really like his game to me. It's not a first. It's like a game that needs him to be first option, but he's not first option. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I know
Because
what
I
you
feel like
mean.
now first option, you're just demanded more, bro. Like it's no more of kind of like the triangle system, where you're just like always set up in a position to score. I feel like NBA has now become much more one-on-one orientated, taking your defenders off the dribble, like you see with Houston for the previous decade, the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, but
You see a bunch of teams.
it's still the same 1-on-1, but they also test your reactions. Like
Yeah.
1-on-1, if the double comes when you're dribbling, or if does the double come before you
Mm.
dribble? Like
now it's like a
what's
gravity
what's
thing.
your reaction? Do you make the right pass?
It's a gravity thing now, man. It's like, all right, you know, teams are gonna collapse on you. Can you make that pass to the corner shooter? Can you make that pass inside? and that's the problem he's run with.
Yeah, I think Draymond and the way the Warriors organize that offense. Because remember, there was a lot of shit talking before this game. Guys wearing shirts, trolling each other on social media, all kinds of shit. And the Warriors, they just completely outthought these guys. They put Jalen Green in a situation where my guy's taking 3-point shots like he's Klay Thompson. Out of his 12 shots, 8 of them was from 3.
They made him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing for them, is making the guy uncomfortable.
But I like the Rockets though, man. Everybody Whitmore, everybody was talking their shit, and
I mean, dude,
I'm happy for them, man, because they should be like that. We need more young teams to put their nuts out there and just kind of make the game exciting. Bring the shit talking back to the game.
It's time to like Tar Easton talking shit off the bench. You need that shit.
Yeah.
You need that kind of attitude kind of thing. Like I'm pro that. Like dorks on NBA Twitter, they'll be like, whatever the Rockets if you do this, it's like that should be more of the reason for them to talk shit.
Yeah, and the Rockets, man, they're on the come up, man. They're on the come up. They got the right direction. Will it be around Jalen Green? I don't know.
And what's a better team than the Warriors to talk shit to us if you're about to be you're done, or Draymond this, that, and the third? Because mind you, these guys were in elementary school when Draymond was. And Draymond and Steph probably won their first NBA championship.
True.
So why not just like milk out insults as if you're on the bench or you're on the court?
Mm-hmm. And speaking of the Warriors, man, these guys are holding on, and they're holding on, boy. They're trying to make that
the string. They're holding on by the string, man.
The bottom of that Western Conference is crazy.
Yeah.
We got like in a really tight race. The Suns
and the Lakers,
the Pelicans, the Kings, the Lakers.
Yep, they're.
It's crazy, man, and it's way too tight down low in the 9th and 10th seed between the Warriors and the Lakers. And matter of fact, I think the Lakers, I think the last time they were the 8th seed, peep this, was December 29th of this season. Can you believe that?
Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
Holy shit, man, that is fucking crazy. December 29th. They spent most of this year at the bottom.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like you're naming the Kings, the Pelicans, Suns, Lakers, Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Those teams, once the offseason hits, no matter where they rank, if they make the playoffs or if they miss, they'll have to answer a lot of questions. The Warriors, especially, since we're talking about the Warriors, it's now it's like, dog, your two of your best players are aging. What's next for Klay Thompson? Andrew Wiggins, kind of his whole fiasco. Now he's played in rhythm. I think he's able to turn around the seasons last time I checked. But there's going to be a lot of questions as to what do we do next, and I think that's going to put a lot of pressure on Mike Dunleavy.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. And Klay Thompson still has the leverage, even though he's been playing a lot better as of recently, but he's nowhere near to what he used to be. But he still has leverage in the marketplace because there's teams that are gonna, kind of give him the money that he wants because they want his shooting.
They want his shooting. I think there'll be a lot of teams that I think like they would love to have him kind of help develop the younger players and make them into.
And they're gonna pay him for it too.
Yeah.
And that's the conundrum of the Warriors because with the new CBA, they can't be paying Draymond and Wiggins and Curry and Klay. It's gonna be too hard for them to actually,
they're gonna try to lowball a 2-year deal
around these guys.
Yeah. My bad. They're gonna try to lowball them, to be honest with you. At least a 2-year deal.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna
Probably
work.
Not.
That's the part that sucks for them. It's not gonna work.
We talked about this, like I think previous podcasts, and it's always gonna be a fascinating topic. But what does Klay Thompson expect out of the market? Because he's not the same two-way player he was.
Yeah, but it's not. Think about it. The cap is going up this summer, so he hits free agency at the perfect time. That's already one step that he has ahead of the in the negotiating table. He has a leg up on them with that, and he also has a leg up with other teams, like the Spurs needing maybe shooting. The Orlando Magic, they need shooting.
Yeah.
There's a few other teams that need shooting, and they need a vet player like him to mold some of their younger guys. So they're going to give him the Gordon Hayward package, man. He's gonna
Oh,
get it.
the Hornets one.
Oh yeah, the Hornets one, the Gordon Hayward package.
Yeah, because those teams don't attract free agency.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like the Warriors don't have the leverage to lowball him.
No.
They really
Even I
don't.
could see Cleveland maybe make a move for Klay Thompson.
Man, yeah, you know what? Hey, you could be right there too. You could
Yeah.
be right there too. And then it's just the bottom of the Western Conference also kind of signifies the changing of the guard. You see the Suns this season, they kind of been like, it kind of
A
been
universal
alright.
position.
Yeah, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? The Lakers are older, the Warriors are older. The Kings,
Yeah.
even the Kings been blah, but at least the Kings, you know, they haven't been in the same position as the Lakers, man. The Lakers,
The Kings are in a much fortunate situation since both of their players are reaching their prime.
hmm
But you know, we could talk about that later on, as you know, because that's one of the topics I highlighted. So
Oh
we
yeah,
could
yeah,
talk
for
about
sure,
that
for
later
sure.
on.
But
Yeah.
I want to go back to this Western Conference, the landscape right before heading into the playoffs, right? We're seeing
Yeah.
the Mavericks actually come up. The Clippers are choosing a worse. It couldn't be any more of a worse time, man, for them to be falling down the standings. Like the Mavs,
dude,
if the Mavs go perfect for the rest of the way, they could end up taking the Clippers spot and just having home court advantage.
Oh shit, man! I should have posted that one moment up of Paul George talking about the James Harden thing. Let me post it up while you talk.
Oh
About the
yeah,
Warriors.
yeah. You know, I forgot about that too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, it's not too late. But
yeah, like the Western Conference right now, it's real interesting, man, because
it's a dogfight.
it's
a dogfight.
truly a dogfight from the
Mhm.
from the 5th seed all the way to the 10th.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
dude, even let's be honest. Beside the Denver Nuggets, and you know what, I'll give like the young Timberwolves and the Oklahoma City Thunder credit. Like, beside those three teams, every team has shown cracks one way or another.
Yeah, true. But I'm telling you, it also signifies the changing of the guard because next season, Ja Morant comes
Yeah.
back, right? The Rockets, they're gonna make moves to get better, and then you have the biggest dundada of them all, Wemby and the Spurs. What moves
Wemby.
are they gonna make to come up? So somebody
Yep.
already in this top 10 has to fall off. A couple of teams have to fall off, and I wouldn't,
No,
it wouldn't shock me if it's the Suns because of injury. If it's the
Yeah.
Pelicans because the mismanagement with the way they construct the roster, and it wouldn't surprise me
even
if it's the
Sacramento,
Sacramento
if they don't make-
Kings. If the
If the
Sacramento
Sacramento
Kings
doesn't
fall
make
off,
moves,
yeah, they're gonna fall off of
Yeah.
that. And then the Lakers, they're getting a little too old, man. And the Warriors too. The Warriors in danger of falling off of that shit too.
I mean, the Warriors are all like. I'll say this: I think they're closer to falling off than they are to like being a finals team.
Yeah, I mean the only thing they have is the IQ. The only thing they have is the IQ.
IQ, and you kind of hope like mileage doesn't catch up.
Yeah, because the
'Cause Steph
system
Curry
they run,
historically-
all that off-ball
Yeah.
movement, Curry's not gonna have the energy, man, later on in his
I
career
mean-
to do the same thing, to run off all those
If you-
fucking screens.
He doesn't have a LeBron body because early on in Steph's career, man, the reason why it took him this long, like, 2015 was like that year where once he was 100% healthy, he became a superstar, right? But like early on in the season, he had ankle issues, so it's gonna be on and off with him, man. You're asking him to do too much running off ball, having the ball in his hands. It's a much taxing position for him.
Yeah,
Like,
he's,
I think
he's
that's
definitely
kinda-
carrying the team.
I don't know why that's kind of Warriors fans don't want to talk about it. Basketball fans don't want to talk about it. But those early injuries are gonna catch up, man. Especially with the mileage he has. The 5 NBA finals he's been to, 5 or 6 NBA. He won 4, and lost 2. So like 6 NBA finals trips, like
Yeah,
his mileage
that's
is there,
pretty
bro.
taxing.
Paul George always talked about. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it seems like it's just something that one of the reporters just stated. I don't think they have him quoting the next question.
bro, man.
They just quoted him. I don't think they have like the camera footage of him saying it.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, you got it?
It's like one sentence. Yeah. Paul George says getting James Harden out of his slump is not his job. I'm not the coach. Next question.
Yeah, the Clippers. Whew.
A sentence. Sentence is very telling. I think it's the more. I don't have a problem with the statement, to be honest. You know, fuck that. I have a problem with the statement, man. I think Paul George probably could have said more encouraging. He should have said much more encouraging things, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
And that statement,
but what if it's from frustration? Because peep this, right? James Harden has had one 20-point scoring game, against the Nuggets in the past month. That's it.
Yeah.
Just against the Nuggets. And he doesn't really get blamed too much, right? Paul George gets blamed more if the Clippers fuck up. But also at the same time, right? Everybody's negotiating new deals. What if the Clippers are more down with giving James Harden a deal, but at the same time, Paul George, they're not as down, but they're giving him, he's getting the blunt of the blame. That's where the dynamics here kind of, you never know where Paul George's answer, it might have stemmed from some sort of resentment of that whole situation.
And I'm not going to act like this guy isn't media trained. Like, he knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they all do. It's a petty league.
This guy is the NBA player Stephen A. Smith. He's the biggest podcaster in the NBA right now. Like, he knows what he's doing. Like, this is... It might push Harden to play better, this, that, and the third. They're the same age group. They have respect for each other, both Hall of Famers. But, I think he's putting pressure on everyone. I also think he'll get paid because Steve Ballmer has a new arena.
Yeah, but people
he
right
wants
now,
Clipper legends.
But right now, man, the way they're playing, it's bad, man. It's real bad. Like they're bottom 10. They're bottom 10 in defense over their last 10 games, and they're bottom 10 in offense, man. Like their 3-point shooting is not doing good, and also this team, they shoot kind of weird and tough jump shots.
Their offense is one-on-one too.
Yeah, it's a lot of one-on-one, and that's
one-on-one.
And that's how they got caught up in the bubble going up against Jokic when he came back from being 3-1 down. And that's what I'm saying. Jokic now is at his apex, and they still don't have a fucking answer what to do with Jokic.
And I also think Russell Westbrook out has. Russell Westbrook did bring that team together. I'm gonna be honest, because he's kind of like, he's from LA. He's their age, former MVP, played with James, played with Paul. So like he was able to bring guys together when he was, actively playing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that also probably like played a part in it, is there is no vocal guy, because Kawhi isn't a very vocal leadership guy. He kind of plays with example by example.
Correct.
I don't know if, from what I've seen, especially with the Clippers, he has a problem of putting accountability on guys. And let's be honest, bro, in San Antonio, he never had to do that. And even in Toronto, bro, he was playing with guys who, like, had finals or Western Conference finals experience. Like, what is he going to tell Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka, Danny Green, Kyle Lowry? What is he going to tell these guys that they don't already know? Like,
Facts.
these guys clearly didn't need guidance, right?
Yeah, he kind of leads like KD, where they lead by example of what they do.
Yeah. But those kind of guys, you know what I mean, right? Those kind of guys, they need kind of like those veterans who make that job easier. Like what I imagine in Toronto was you already have a vocal leader in Nick Nurse, right?
Mm-hmm.
But these guys like, Gasol, Serge Ibaka, Lowry, these guys are already respected. So it's like he probably didn't even need to be that vocal to begin with.
Yeah. But they better be careful, man, because right now it's looking like it's more than likely possible right now. It's looking like the first round is going to be Clippers versus the Mavs. And the Mavs right now, I'm not going to lie, the Mavs are clicking. Even though Luka, I still think Luka is averaging too many points to win deep in the playoffs, but the Mavs right now, as of right now, they are clicking, man, because you'll peep this, right? Since March 5th, they were 34-28. That was their record, right? And as of today, they're 47-30, bro. They only lost 2 fucking games. 47-30, bro. They have climbed up the standings. Kyrie's playing a bunch of games. He's played over 20 games in a row.
Yep.
He hasn't done that since he's been in Cleveland. Like they got the Mavs are killing it, man, because a lot of things kind of worked out for them, right? The Dante Exum. Yeah, but peep this, right? The Dante Exum signing. He's had a comeback like no other.
Yep.
He's on a minimum deal. The Derrick Jones Jr., he's a great fit. Drafting Derek Lively, he's working out great. The Mavs, the
PJ Washington trade.
PJ Washington, that's working
Daniel
out great.
Gafford.
And it's almost like the mistake of them over the years, not working out with KP, getting Grant Williams on that 4-year deal. and
Letting
Seth Curry,
Brunson walk.
trading away those guys. They've actually
Brunson
bounced
walked.
back. They,
Yeah.
you know, losing Brunson. It's so many
Yeah.
fuck ups from the Mavs while Luka's been there that
Yeah.
now it's
Committing
almost
to
like
Spencer Dinwiddie.
things are slowly
Yeah.
kind of coming around now.
Yep.
It's coming around
Doc-
for them.
This is a franchise that historically, bro, you know, like historically, the Dallas Mavericks have been a mom and pop franchise with Donnie Nelson, Donnie Nelson, you know, being a typical, like he's obviously the son of Don Nelson, and Don Nelson has a reputation of getting the most out of like underdogs, right? So I think they had the same approach with the Dallas Mavericks, and they did, and it worked out well for 2011, right?
Mhm.
But the thing is, the landscape has changed, bro, and that's when Mark Cuban and these guys they realize that shit, which is why they're bringing in Hollywood execs like Nico Herring, who was a former Nike head, right? A Nike basketball head. So like he has connections to these guys. So what they're doing now is they realize like, yo, we gotta be like, bam, we can't be comfortable. You know, we can't be like, all right, you know, let's just add dogs, no real second option. They realize that shit.
Yeah, they
'Cause
realize
it
that,
can only take you
but
so far.
also it's gonna be hard. Like, let's say after
Yeah.
Kyrie begins to fall off, or they begin to move off of Kyrie. Let's say in the future, right?
Yeah.
Luka's still young.
Yeah.
Are they gonna be willing to find someone that's gonna be, you know, kind of comfortable with Luka just fully running the show, man? I mean, this season you see his average. That shit is like almost 6 points more per game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, James Harden did that. I believe in the 2019 season, he went from averaging 30 a game to like 36. But the Rockets end up losing a lot more. And if you look at the history of basketball with Kobe, with Michael Jordan, they stopped averaging the whole 35 points per game once Phil Jackson or a strong-headed coach came through and locked them up. Was like, yo, listen, you have to trust your teammates more. You can't be scoring all these points. Let's simmer this shit down a little bit. I'm going to lock you into a system, and we're going to start winning. And you've seen Jordan start winning after 1989.
Yep.
And you've seen Kobe, he stopped that whole, like, 35 points per game in 06.
Yep.
And then he started winning with Phil Jackson from 08 on. Like, does Luka need a strong-headed coach? Because I don't think Jason Kidd is it. Jason Kidd is a little bit too hands-off.
Jason
He's a little
Kidd
bit
is
too
Doug
hands-off for me.
Collins. Jason Kidd is Doug Collins, but Doug Collins was actually a good coach, if that makes sense. Like, you remember during that time, Doug Collins believed in like the Jordan offense. Is like, you know, Charles Oakley, Bill Cartwright.
Oh, you killing it. That's a great fucking comparison.
Don't touch the basketball. You remember that?
Yes.
That was his old lady's mantra was don't touch the if you're not Jordan, don't touch the basketball. Where once Phil and Rex came into the scene, you saw an attitude change. It was, all right, Jordan, we're going to bring you competent John Paxson. I mean, John was already on the team, but you're not going to have the ball as much outside of scoring. So the ball will be swinging and Jordan will find his spots. Mid-range jumper, in the post, whatever, right?
Mhm.
And that's what you kind of need is like, yo, Luka, we don't need you to be this hands-on with the offense. You know, go work yourself in the post. You know, he doesn't really play off the screens, but go set screens since you're strong. Like, get something going off the ball and have guys like Kyrie take the pressure off, or maybe even a third scoring option in the future. So that's one thing I think the Mavericks start in the NBA. To be honest with you, bro.
Yeah, the Mavericks, hey, it's working out for them. I'm not gonna lie, especially Derek Lively, man. Drafted him, he fit right in.
He fit right in because he's just a lob guy. He's a lob guy, knows how to run pick and rolls.
Mm-hmm.
He's fit right. He's one of the best rookies. But what other point was I gonna highlight?
Oh, the Dante Exum. You gotta bring up Dante. That is comeback of the year, man.
Yeah, 100%. He's earned it, bro. Despite dealing with the injuries, he's coming back. What other I could use a Kawhi Leonard comparison. I think, you know, a guy that I think maybe Luka could look at is Kawhi, because Kawhi, you look at Toronto Raptors, San Antonio Spurs, the Clippers has kind of changed his game a little bit where he's more on the ball.
Mm-hmm. Is he on the ball? See, that was the problem that they had in the bubble, though. They had no setup, man. But Luka, but Luka is a better passer than those guys.
He is, but I think like Kawhi,
he's way better. Luka's way better passer than than
G-Mon.
Kawhi and Paul George. Like he could make his reads based off of the coverage a lot better than those guys. That's part of the whole Luka package. It's like, yo, he's gonna make the proper reads. If the double
He's
team
Mr.
comes
Wonderful.
a certain way, he's gonna post you up, or he's gonna make the right. He's gonna look off the pass. He does like the Jokic thing, where he's looking one way, and then he kind of throws the ball, and then last second he changes the direction to someone else.
He's gravity. The gravity on him is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But he's gonna have to average less than 36 points per game, man. It's got to be like 30 or below.
I think it's
29.
more of an off-ball game, man. I think that at times you could maybe do much more off-ball game, but Luka as an off-ball guy, are you willing to? I don't know. It's
I
tough.
don't know either, man, because the defense is already not there. Now off-ball movement, I don't know. Yeah, but if you ever notice, look when you see the highlights of him dribbling nonstop, look at his teammates. They're just standing there. What superstar wants to come through and do that? Same
dichotomy as the Rockets 2018.
Yeah, and it's like Kyrie.
Remember?
Wait, hold on. Kyrie, in a way, the only reason I'm not gonna say the only reason he's there. They're treating him good, is working out. But one of the reasons why he's there is because the Mavericks were willing to take the chance on him. Most other teams were not willing to sign Kyrie with his ups and downs in the past couple of years. And you add on top
Mavericks
of that
don't care about controversy. Mavericks don't care about controversy.
No, but they have no choice. They don't attract any free agents. I don't know why.
No,
but they don't.
I mean, we talked about this before. We'll never understand it. It's got to be something wrong with Cuban, maybe.
Yo, you know
maybe
Cuban is Cuban is P Diddy, man. All up in the videos. You remember what Suge Knight said? It's all up in the videos. If you don't want the manager all up in the video, that's Cuban.
Dancing.
He has to be seen.
But dog, Steve Ballmer does the same shit, and everyone loves Steve Ballmer.
Yeah, but Steve Ballmer, you can see the energy is more like he's fans of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see
Microsoft
that. You can see that. Like he's more fans of Kawhi and PG.
Yeah.
Mark Cuban is like, oh, look at me. Like it's more like look at me.
I made this move.
Yeah, it's like I'm the owner. I'm ahead of these guys. Like look at me. I'm the one that's paying Luka. Like he's like that type of owner.
I'm the one who made that trade. I'm the one who did it.
He's like the Jerry Jones of the NBA. That's exactly who Mark Cuban is.
Microsoft money probably helps it too, bro. You let your owner do retarded shit for Microsoft money. You're like, all right, whatever. Yeah. As long as I get it.
But Steve Ballmer acts like a fan, though. He acts like a fan.
Oh, yeah, he's a fan because he's just sitting in the... Like, he's not really on the team bench. He's kind of like with his business partners or family, just kind of dancing and shit,
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference.
Yeah, he's sweating. He's sweating. He got sweat all over his shirt.
Hollering.
Yeah, Mark Cuban never looked like that.
Nah. Cuban, you remember the infamous video when Cuban first bought the team when he wanted to fight the players and they told him, yo, sit the fuck down?
Yeah, Cuban is high-fiving. Like, when the games are over and guys are hugging it out, high-fiving? Cuban is the only owner I've ever seen. Goes all up in there, has to take the photo with the opposing player. I'm like, what is all this shit, man?
Him and Drake.
Yeah, it's like, oh, come on, man. He has to be seen.
Like, you remember when Drake, you remember that infamous scene when Nick Nurse is like coaching, you see Drake come up and like do the shoulder massage. You're like, man, come on. Come on, Drake, sit your ass down. You don't got to be this corny.
These guys love, I'm telling you, Cuban loves the spotlight. He loves
camera. He wants the camera.
But I think personally, a lot of star players are turned off by that. Yeah, we could go on to the Lakers, man. Why not?
Yeah, our favorite at this point, bro.
Shit.
We can't avoid the Lakers, bro. Because last time you said on side of the Lakers, I see you at it. I'm like, man, bro, orange cookies can say, yo, I get tired of talking to the Lakers, but if a pen drops, we talk about it. The Lakers and Knicks, bro, those are like our two teams. If a pen drops, we're like, all right, let's talk about them.
Oh my God, yeah, it's two teams of drama. Two teams of big city drama, man.
Bro, they make basketball. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Somewhat. Sometimes, yeah, they do.
All the time. Even when they suck, we're like, oh, the Knicks, haha, they suck, or oh, the Lakers, haha, they suck. Like we just can't keep like the names out their mouth. They're not like they're never gonna be like the Charlotte Hornets, Portland Trailblazers, where
hell no,
out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean?
Definitely not.
Yeah,
definitely not. But yeah, LeBron James, man, just LeBron just his LeBron James game log in the past like few
He's a
seasons.
beast, bro.
It's
He's a
ridiculous,
beast.
man. This season, 35
And-
minutes a game. Last year, 37 minutes a game. No, not last season. The year before, it was 37 minutes a game. Then last season, it was 35 minutes a game. And this season so far, 21 years in, 35 minutes a game. What the fuck is going on? Is he really on some juice? Seriously.
Oh, man, I'm not. No, he's for sure on something, bro. It's not natural.
That is not
But-
natural, man.
That's not natural, especially that age. Is not natural, bro. Like body's not even breaking down, bro. He's running like he's like in his. He's 28.
Yeah,
let's be
he's
real.
running and dunking. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? 37 minutes
Yeah.
a game 2 years ago is
Yeah.
crazy. And then ever since 35 minutes, people saying Tibbs is running Randle and Brunson to the ground. They're averaging 35 minutes a game.
No, Lakers are running. Both of these guys are in the ground. To be honest with you, like Anthony Davis too, but more so LeBron because he's more available.
Yeah, I mean, just wow, man. I don't know. It looks a little suspicious, but let's see what Kevin Garnett, man. He kind of alluded to what the fuck we were always thinking about this whole kind of LeBron James towards the end of his career.
Yeah, he can get a bucket on Brown right now.
Nope.
Yeah, he can get a bucket.
No way. Nope.
Nah, he can get a bucket on his
Ron
dad right
averaging
now.
25.
No, I didn't say he ain't. I don't care what he's doing, but he ain't sliding, playing at that
Shit.
defensive level.
25. Nah. Lord, 25. You still, Lord, he dunking. He's still dunking the ball with.
I'm saying that Bronny can get a bucket on Bron.
I'm saying he can't. One rollout, get a bucket.
3 dribbles.
No way. I'm
Yeah,
talking
he
about.
can get a bucket on.
No.
him. Man, come on, that little dude explosive, bro.
He is,
Keep
but
that
you
Bron-
seen his dad? His dad on that
Yeah,
balcony.
but
he on that
ain't-
new
he
juice.
ain't
That
sliding like he used to.
Man, bro.
He's on that new juice.
Oh, 100%. I'm gonna do Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. They never played at that level at this stage, bro.
Yo, these guys letting it slide, man. They're saying how they really feel. They're talking like there's no cameras.
Oh, dude. That's why I like those two, man. They keep it 100%.
Yeah, all my years of watching NBA, I've never seen a player just do this, man. I can understand
You
LeBron was
remember-
doing that maybe like 30 minutes a night, but damn,
Yeah.
man, 37 minutes a game 2 years ago is crazy.
The
And-
closest I could think of was Tim Duncan, but even then, Tim Duncan was no longer like the offensive firepower. Back then, it was like Tony Parker kind of became the offensive firepower. You know, the early 2010s,
Mhm.
where the offense just ran through Tony, right? Because the offense was much more fast-paced. Tim Duncan became the defensive anchor. And for me, even back then, it was just crazy for us how Tim Duncan has been able to keep his body up. But LeBron being like the focal point of an offense at this age, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy,
It's,
but you know what? I'm
Yeah.
gonna shoot LeBron some bail. What Dwayne Wade talked about, what he was doing in Miami back then,
Yeah.
with the whole nutrition, the whole chamber, the whole like, oh, I work out, I'm drinking this. You know, like the whole investing $2 million every year into your body.
it's paying off.
Yeah, it's either that's paying off because he been doing that since he got into the league. Because I'm pretty sure he already planned all this out, being as calculated as he is.
I mean, dog, LeBron is a guy fresh out of high school. People wanted to work with him. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, some nutrients guy was like, "Yo, LeBron, you're gonna be the greatest thing since slice of bread. You
Mhm.
ride with us with the nutrients. You learn how to, handle your diet. You learn how to keep yourself healthy, workouts. You can ride this till like season 22, 20 at this point."
Yeah, it's about to be 22 next year, I believe.
Yeah, so it's like he's riding it out, man. He's smart. Not many athletes in general you can say have been able to do this. Tom Brady,
Yeah, and,
Not-
he's another
yeah.
person that was into nutrition very heavily.
Yeah, I think LeBron has shown the new era of keeping your body up. Throughout, like you watch Kevin McHale walk. That dude cannot walk anymore, man.
Yeah, he cannot
Yeah,
walk.
but I remember Kevin. You remember Kevin McHale used to limp when he used to coach the Rockets.
Yeah, all those
like-
flights, all those games. That shit
Yeah,
adds up.
Larry Bird's back is all messed up. Like now, these guys are, they're made of bricks. Like these guys, they're unbreakable. They're having longer careers. He's setting a good precedent setting up a good president. I don't know if that's the right term to use.
Precedence.
Precedence of the future, like how players can take care of themselves once they make it in the league, you know. And I also want to put accountability, and outside of like the praising of LeBron, which he deserves, bro. There's got to be some accountability to front office. I feel like we shit on it every week, but rightfully so, bro. Front office, man, you're having this guy play crazy minutes, coaching having this
Yeah.
guy play crazy minutes, and you're having both of these guys play crazy minutes. But the thing is, Anthony Davis, he's not a relatively healthy player. So for like any front office to the brain, they bring in a guy who can become a second option at any given night. And once the playoffs roll around, all right, you know your place. You get the ball to Anthony and have LeBron do his thing. But they haven't done that, bro. You're relying on a guy who's injury prone to be your second option. When he's not there, LeBron takes on more of the load. This is all things that should have been questioned since they won the NBA Finals back in 2020. It's a conversation that's 3 years too late, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it doesn't even make any sense. Even
Yeah.
Anthony Davis, he averages the same minutes as LeBron right now, but from 2 seasons ago when LeBron averaged 37 minutes a game, Anthony Davis only averaged 34. How does that make any sense?
It doesn't, bro.
AD is in his prime. LeBron is out of it. Like, it
Yeah,
doesn't
but
make
like
any sense.
it comes back to one is injury prone, one isn't, and it also comes back to, all right, if he's injured, what's next? And that's the problem with the Lakers, dog. They don't think what's next. How do we adjust? How do we pivot? They, like, there's more reactionary moves. Russell Westbrook, reactionary.
Yeah, Trae Young rumors now. It's always like, the pivot
How?
is a star. That's always the pivot.
But how?
But
Like a
but what
pivot-
about roster construction? Proper roster construction. What
It's
fits?
bad. Bro, when you don't have money, you're gonna have to bring in guys like a Cam Reddish. You know, it's just tough. Like Austin Reeves is good, but it's like, come on, man. Like that isn't gonna be your third option, second option, stepping up every given night. He's gonna have nights where he's hot, and he's gonna have nights where he's completely irrelevant. He's a role player. He does his role.
Yeah.
But
But
you have to
they've
take into
always looked
account
over
this
their
shit,
role
man.
players. Even Austin Reeves, they could have gave him an extension a while back. Now they had to pay him more money. They missed out on Malik Monk. Same thing for Alex
let
Caruso.
Caruso go.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? They keep
Dude,
looking towards stars too much.
It doesn't work, man. That's what it is, bro. You cannot force guys. Like, all right, we're post Warriors, right? How many teams can you see have worked out since the formation of like bigger stars joining together?
Oh yeah,
Brooklyn?
The Brooklyn Nets
Come
failed.
on, man. Yeah, Clippers yet to be seen. But
yeah.
even Clippers, I can't call James Harden that same superstar.
Yeah, the Clippers
He's
are not really a big three. Well, it
I don't
has
consider
yet to
them a
be
super
seen.
team.
It has yet to be seen,
but
and same thing for the Suns.
But even them, it's like same thing with them. It's like, all right, yeah, we're in the trajectory of irrelevancy. It's really Kawhi and Paul George who you can really call a star, like a bona fide star, and James Harden, who's kind of third option guy. Like he's committed to that role.
Correct.
But you don't see teams working out like that, bro. And it's kind of annoying how the Lakers are so insistent on an old working style, man. It's, bro, like you're not talking about 2014 Cleveland where Kevin Love is like, yeah, I'm in Minnesota, my career isn't working, this team's a lottery. Let me play with a 30-year-old LeBron James. D-Wade, LeBron, Bosh. These guys were entering their primes when they teamed up together. Dude, it's not that era anymore. These guys are young. They're looking at possibly other options at this point, bro. Like, let's be honest. If you're Trae Young, would you rather play with Victor Wembanyama or 2 years with LeBron?
Yeah, it's gonna be Victor all the way. But the thing is, we all know the Spurs are not gonna want to pay big money to somebody like Trae Young. He don't fit in with what they do.
No, he doesn't fit in. But that's like, I'm giving you examples. Like, would you rather play with Zion or would you rather play with the 2-year more LeBron? Would you rather play with Paulo Ventura or would you rather play with the 2 more year left LeBron? So they're taking account to all this shit, bro.
I see your point.
Yeah, like, dude, it's a long-term thing for them. It's like, all right, 2 years down the line, the Lakers are LeBron's done. Anthony Davis is, let's be honest, Anthony Davis, once LeBron's gone, he's gone. who knows? Maybe if Chicago is competent enough, he'll go there since it's his hometown team. Maybe he's looking at Dallas. Who the hell knows, really, right? If you're a Trae Young at that point, you're like, man, what the fuck? LeBron's gone, Anthony's gone. I'm stuck here on a team that's below average. So you take into account, these guys take into account and all that stuff. Now, if you're like DeMar DeRozan, where you don't have much years left, sure, you take that gamble, but then what? How do you beat Denver?
Exactly. Most of these teams
Yeah.
in the West, they're gonna run into that problem. How do we beat Denver? They're really not set up.
How
for
do we
that.
beat Denver, Oklahoma, Minnesota? Like these guys have years, man. Like hella years.
Minnesota's
You
the
don't
closest
have
to
years.
figuring it out because they got Rudy.
They
But
got
Oklahoma
Rudy.
City,
Yep.
Jokic is gonna eat that team up, man.
Yeah.
Like from the inside,
Well-
from the inside.
Well, what I mean is like, bro, Rudy's in his like early 30s. Karl Anthony Towns he's entered his prime, and Anthony he's about to enter too. So they have years on them. The Lakers don't have that luxury for a Trae Young to consider LA.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
Bro, you
Mm.
get high end role players, man. That would have been the most ideal. Mike
but
Conley
now-
would've
but
worked
now-
just fine.
But now here we go into the new summertime CBA, the new draft rules. You know the second round of the NBA draft now is its own day going forward, right?
Yeah, now, dude, now
So right
now
now,
like second round picks are kind of spots now in the roster.
yeah, they're important
Yeah.
now because the new CBA permits the second round picks. You got to pick valuable guys and have them on low end contracts, especially when you have an AD, a LeBron, expensive LeBron on the roster. Same thing for the
Remember back then?
Phoenix Suns. Same thing for the
Yeah.
Denver Nuggets. You need those second round 4-year college players like the Miami Heat have in what's his name, Jaime Jaquez. You need those type
Yep.
of players. You need to draft them,
Remember-
and you need to have them under salary for that low minimum amount
Yep.
to make the
You remember
numbers
back
work.
in the day? Remember back in the day, it used to be like when the team used to be second round, they used to draft some irrelevant player from Italy, and we'll never hear about him after that day.
Yep, it's not happening no more.
It's not happening no more. Now teams are actually giving a shit because like you're finding gems. Forget like second round, you're finding gems in the undrafted route, like Sam Morrow, Duncan Robinson. Those are gems you're finding now. Craig Porter Jr.
Yeah, because now and then the game also got global, so now it's a bigger talent pool across the world.
Yep.
So now, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can the Lakers start actually utilizing, and because they've been doing it before, drafting the second round guys, but can they be smart enough to extend these guys at the proper time,
Dude.
instead of waiting too long to extend them, and then the following season they play up, their game goes up. Now you got to pay them more because you didn't extend them from before.
Yep.
That happened with Alex Caruso. That happened with Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves soon.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Malik Monk, I believe it
But-
might have happened too. Like it's ridiculous.
Let me ask you something though. Do you think the
THT?
Lakers? So the Lakers, you could say. I think that what can you say is like the best time for the Lakers drafting? I would say 2010s, right? I think that's like their peak of drafting. I feel like they got the best draft picks. They drafted great. You talk about Julius Randle, and even gems like Larry Nance Jr. was able to have a long career.
Yeah, Kyle
John
Kuzma.
Kyle Kuzma, Jordan Clarkson was a second round pick.
Mhm.
Josh Hart. Did I say Josh Hart yet?
Yeah, you said Josh Hart already.
Yeah. Ivachu Zubac.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
getting
They
at.
definitely
Like,
did
there's
have
a
a
lot
good
of gems
draft.
they found. Thomas Bryant.
Yeah, but
like,
then they
they
let
have
him
a lot
go.
of-
See, that's the mistake right there. They got him and they let him go to Washington, build his value
Yeah.
up, and then they got him back. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, you gotta stick with it.
Yeah, you gotta believe in your developmental team. Brandon Ingram. How can I forget about Brandon Ingram?
Yeah, but
Lonzo Ball,
he was a top
you know?
pick. He was a top pick.
Yeah. I mean, mid-level draft, they did incredibly well, man. They incredibly well. But now I don't know if they can do that anymore. Even this new guy, bro, he got picked before Jaime Jaquez, and you don't really see him on the court. I don't even know. I forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about, right? The new rookie they have.
Oh, I didn't even know, man. I didn't. That team is
see,
just
that's
like
the
it's all
problem,
about
like, you-
LeBron. I never
know
thought
how-
that team would have rookies to develop. Like not with LeBron being there.
No, they don't. But they also not drafting anyone noteworthy. Like they're not drafting real basketball players.
Yeah, that's kind
Like
of
you draft Tommy Hawkins Jr., he probably wouldn't have a big splash in LA, but he's an NBA player, man. And if you're Tommy Hawkins Jr., you probably side with relief.
Yeah, he is, but under the right environment, man. Look, he went to Miami.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's probably signing with relief. Like I guarantee, Jaime Hawkins Jr.'s people were like, "All right, I know you want to go LA because you're from UCLA, but deep inside they're like, all right, please, 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 anywhere but LA."
Facts. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at your notes here. Oh, Chauncey.
You want to pivot to like?
Go
you
ahead.
want to pivot to the Sacramento Kings kind of take over California?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So Sacramento, bro, Kevin Huerter's gone. Kevin Huerter's done for this season. Malik Monk is injured. Your best six man and your shooter, right? Since Sacramento is a good shooting team.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's going to be harder. I think they make the playoffs. I think they're too talented to miss. They've played basketball the right way. Great culture, great environment.
Hell yeah, they held the ship steady. I should say.
Yep.
While those two guys
I
are
think
out.
McNair, when Vlade fell, McNair has been great. I believe that's his name. McNair, the GM, great. Mike Brown, I always like Mike Brown.
Yeah,
I think
me too.
A lot of
Yo,
people
give that man a
him.
fucking extension. Mike Brown deserves it.
I know people like to shit on him, but like even Cleveland days, dog. Yeah, it was LeBron's show, but Mike Brown was able to get the most out those role players.
Yeah,
And
he's doing the same now.
Yeah, he's getting the most off these role players. So my thing is, all right, you got young role players,
but make
what's
moves.
Next to pivot?
But the Kings got to make moves.
That's
They're
my
too
move.
scared.
That's the point. What's next to pivot? Now you need a small forward because Harrison Barnes, he's a rotation. He's on the decline of his career. You have to make moves that like makes you relevant. And what moves would that be? We have yet to be seen. You need a big man and you need a rotational player. I think I don't know how you can have a big man next to Sabonis, to be honest with you, but like they have too much questions, bro. And this offseason, I think the Sacramento should look to be aggressive. They should be looking to be buyers.
Yeah, I'm about to pull up their cap sheet here.
Because Kevin's gone for the whole season.
Yeah, they lost two players for the whole season.
That's gonna hurt. I think Malik's gonna be. Malik will miss the play-in.
Damn, they got Harrison Barnes signed until 2026. Oh
yeah,
man,
they're gonna have
come
to
back
get
to
rid
bite
of him
in the ass.
Yeah, bro, they had to pay him during that time. It was like kind of the Gordon Hayward thing we were talking about earlier. But now you have to pivot, right? Because like back then, Harrison Barnes, he was a mid-tier small forward. He's not that anymore. He's what, 31, 32?
Who? Harrison Barnes? Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 31. They're gonna
so
have
he
to.
Seemed like the tail end.
Yeah, they're gonna have to package him with Kevin Huerter and a draft pick for something.
Davian Mitchell, one of these guys. They have too many guys.
They're kind of the same.
But they need to be aggressive. Yeah. I think like 1 or 2 years is culture, right? It's culture. We want to have fun. We're Sacramento, beam the light. But now, dog, now you're expected to be legit.
Beam the light.
Now you have to be legit, bro. Like now you have to be like, all right, Denver. Like no more. Yeah, dude, I love Sacramento. We're good again. Nah, screw that. You have the best franchise players since Chris Webber and Sabonis, and you have the second best point guard in my opinion in the West, De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, he's improved on his shooting, and yeah, they definitely should be doing a lot more with this roster. But the Kings kind of remind me of. You ever seen that NBA player that comes in? He's like a rookie. He averaged 18 points per game. Maybe he was drafted 10th overall pick, and then everyone's like, "Oh, look, he averaged 18 the first year," and then the next year goes by, he averages the same 18. And then after that, he averages 18. Yeah, that was his peak. His peak was the 18 points per game. The Kings, in a way, kind of remind me of that. They're like that franchise that can make some noise, but then after a while, it's like, that's it. Like, that's all it ever was going to be.
Dude, we're NBA fans. We're like toddlers. All right, this toy is fun, but what's the next toy? Like, let's be real, bro.
And you're exactly right. And I think last offseason was a proof of the concept you just brought up with the new toy. Like last offseason, they were like, hey, what else is the Kings gonna do? And it was crickets. It was like they're gonna run it back.
And now look, now when we talk about Sacramento, we talk about not Sacramento, my bad. Pelicans. We're talking about what other Western team you could say really rose.
The Pelicans. There's a few of them.
The Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves.
There are new toys. Oklahoma. Those are our new
And then
toys.
Houston. Houston was going up and down the standings throughout the year.
Those are our new toys. Those are our new toys. Like, yeah, me and you, we can sit here and talk about the handoff passes, the fast breaks that the Sacramento creates, and it's fun. But at the end, bro, we know it's not going anywhere, so why bother?
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. I was shocked last offseason when they didn't do anything.
Dog, it was prime. Like salary wise, like outside of Harrison Barnes, you're not committed to. They're gonna have to commit to Malik Monk, by the way. He's a free agent, and I think he'll resign because Sacramento. He'll give Sacramento for sure the space to resign him.
Wow, and they have Malik Monk on the low, $10 million a year.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But Sacramento will be the first one to get a negotiation out of it. So the ball is on their court.
But here's the problem with the Kings, man. They got way too many chefs in the kitchen at $15 million a year. They got Kevin Herter, Harrison Barnes for the same price. It looks like they're paying Keegan Murray almost 10. They got to make a fucking choice, man. Yeah, he's nice.
Keegan's nice.
What I'm saying is that they have too many. You still got Davion Mitchell. He kind of fell off a little bit, but they kind of they got to package something, man. Don't be scared to package something.
Look, my vision would be ideally Sabonis and Sabonis. Those three are really your core guys, and those four are really your core guys. But you should be able to get. Because Sacramento's not going to make a big splash. Let's be real. They're not getting Paul George to come. They're not going to get Kyrie to come. Let's be real. But they're going to get high-end role players to come. It's inevitable. High-end role players, they don't really care where they go. They just want to finding a footing, right? They'll be able to do that. So you'll be able to package first-round picks and Kevin Herter, Chris Dirte, if the European fella, you'll be able to package them off.
Yeah, they're gonna need.
The reason why I'm hesitant to trade away Keegan is because Sacramento's never attracting free agents.
Well, they need to package him with Kevin Herter and Harrison Barnes for something. Harrison Barnes' contract is way too fucking long. It's
ridiculous. Long. But you would agree, right? Unless they get a certified thing that makes him top 3, you wouldn't trade Keegan Miller.
Nah, but you know what could change his team's fortune?
Keegan Murray.
Yeah, they don't have to trade him. What they need to do is actually land on their draft picks. Land on their draft picks. Make sure you get valuable guys, maybe on 2 ways, etc. Who could understand your system, fill in your needs. I think they need to get a center who could pass the ball. They need to Not it doesn't really have to be stretched. He could play from the high post. He could do what Bam does, make the passes. How
does Sabonis work?
Yeah, but they're gonna need him to also be a shot blocker. Let's say a guy like Mitchell Robinson. Imagine Mitchell Robinson could pass like Bam, right? But he doesn't shoot. But he could pass, and then he could provide you with some rim protection.
Okay.
Because Sabonis is not protecting the rim. He's not going to protect the rim
he's
for
not.
that team.
And that's...
Wait, you just cut off. Wait, say that again? You just cut off.
I'm saying they suck at contesting threes. Your perimeter defense is awful.
Yeah, man. This is tough. They probably need OG from the Knicks. OG would fit in with this team.
I mean, OG would have fit in like a glove, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, all right, what about Jeremy Grant? Would you make a move for, I guess, Jeremy Grant?
Ooh. Are they going to be willing to pay that?
Because Jeremy,
they can afford that.
He's getting... Let's be honest, Jeremy hasn't played basketball the past month. I was going to put that as one of my notes, but I was like, man, Portland's too irrelevant to put that in your notes. So I just kind of moved on from that. But he's a guy who hasn't really played basketball like that, but he's also shown to be high end.
Yeah, you know what? That's a really good point, man. I'm just thinking because the money would work, but the thing is with the Kings, how many trade rumors have we even heard the Kings in? Like let's say when OG was
No,
on the
they don't put
Raptors,
themselves out there.
they really don't, because when OG was on the Raptors, they should have been making moves. They're the ones that should, even if they had to toss in Keegan Murray.
Just we need big moves, man. I mean, that's all. West is getting stacked. Sacramento's no longer the fun team, and that's that's my take. What's yours?
Oh shit, man. They're moving like a small market franchise, man. Sometimes it's almost like the Orlando Magic when they had Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Like they offer Shaq a low ball contract. They just don't have like the gravitas to make big moves. They don't even have the thought process. It's just they're moving inch by inch.
Mom and pop.
Yeah, they're moving like a mom and pop. And we're about to see in these next upcoming years if certain franchises can move off of that, because the way big money is coming in from tech and just all these like you know big conglomerates of owners is coming through, they're spending money like crazy. And to be the San Antonio Spurs with Wemby, to be the Sacramento Kings and not make any moves last off season, that's just not gonna really work anymore. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out.
Speaking of a team that's making that transition, Charlotte Hornets, they're moving on from that whole mom and pop thing. It seems like.
You think so?
Did you see they moved on from Mitch, they're moving on from Steve Clifford. Seems like they're starting from scratch.
They are, but that new owner that purchased that team from Jordan, he actually, it's weird. He actually borrowed money to buy the team. Like he's making payments on it. Somebody else fronted up.
2 guys, right?
Yeah, huh? No, somebody else actually purchased the team, but they purchased it. They act like a loan officer for that guy, for the one that who owns the Hornets. Whoever owns the Hornets,
Hornets is 2 guys.
It's 2 people, right?
Yeah, they're like real estate guys.
Yeah, they bought it from someone else. Gabe Plotkin. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if one of them.
It's like
I don't know if they're partners or basically with the Hornets. One of them purchased the team outright, gave the cash for it.
Yeah,
and then the other one borrowed the money from the dude. Like he's basically paying it back. And once he pays it back in full, then it's his team. So it's already weird. It's almost like the A-Rod and Timberwolves situation, except one person had enough money, but they don't really want to be the owner. They're just the owner for the moment. But the minute that other person fails to make a payment, the team either it gains interest, like that person is gonna owe more money, or that guy ends up owning the team by default.
Yeah,
it's like a weird setup. It's a very weird setup.
A lot of teams are set up now like that, especially these small markets.
Yeah, but it's like if these guys don't have either the limited partners or enough people to just buy the team outright, then they might be wasting their time, man. Because honestly, for the salaries you have to spend, the luxury tax hit, it's a lot of things going on with these teams, and most of these NBA teams be losing money. Most of them are negative.
100%.
So if these guys don't even have enough money to buy the teams, or can't even find enough partners to make sure you fully buy the team one time, they shouldn't even attempt to do it. Some of these teams are going to be iffy.
Now, the NBA teams, I think their values are so inflated, bro. The Hornets are a part of that. Like, you're telling me, all right, you know what? The Clippers make sense, right? Because...
Wait, say that again. You broke up.
So, how are they getting billion-dollar attractions?
Wait, say that again. You broke up. Go back to your initial point. You said, how are the Clippers...
I'm saying... Like the Clippers make sense because the market, right? Not because of team success. But Charlotte's a major city, but they're not like LA, and they haven't seen much success. So these guys throwing billions of dollars, it shows that these NBA team markets are inflated.
Facts. They definitely are. They definitely are inflated. You know why? Because the billionaire guys, they don't necessarily care about how much money the teams are making at the moment. They see the sports as like, to own a franchise is not like the leagues are making new franchises every day. So the fact that they own one, it's very valuable. And it's also a way for them to show off their money.
Yeah. Oh, and also like tax loopholes. You get to work with state governments, new
Yeah.
arenas. You, yeah. But dude, with these guys, I'll give them this. It seems like it's a new direction. It seems like they're more competent. Like I actually liked it. I thought the mid trade they won are the Hornets. I
Hey,
thought it
any
seems like
any any
there's much
direction
more of a
any direction
direction.
they go into is better than where
Yeah.
they were at.
Yeah,
Anything is
and it seems
uphill.
like they've gotten younger. It seems like they're much more energized. But this new move I saw like yesterday, I'm like, yo, the past month it's been aggressive. Like even the Steve Clifford stepping down, I'm like, all right, these guys they're gonna try to implement their image. So it seems like maybe they're trying to move away from the mom and pop, possibly.
Hey, possibly,
But
but
but like at the same time, Charlotte's one of those teams like Sacramento. I just don't think they'll ever avoid being mom and pop.
whew, not with that. I mean, for the Hornets, not with that. I doubt it with that owner. The fact that he borrowed money, like it's never a good sign. That's never a good
Yeah.
sign because now, like you have to spend money in the NBA. If you're one of these owners that just
Yeah.
always want to stay under the luxury tax, you're never gonna win. The league ain't set up like that.
No, I get that, but at the same time, the Hornets, like Hornets and even Milwaukee, right? Let's use Milwaukee as an example. They banked on Giannis mid-season, no, not mid-season, mid-round pick. We can all agree. And they picked on a guy who was riding the bench in Detroit, Chris Middleton, and that's how it worked out for them. Like Damian Lillard, he's a byproduct of kind of Damian Lillard. I'll say they even lucked out on.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were lucky to get him because he wasn't that attractive. So with these guys, with the whole teams like if the Milwaukee Bucks with the competency has to go through draft and signing low key guys, second round picks, taking gambles. If they have to do that, then the Charlotte will be in the same situation. Which is why I think guys like Miles Bridges, he's happy, he's rubbing his hands because he's about to get paid because he knows that the negotiation table is on his end.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
And even though the
like
Hornets have Brandon Miller, which he low key man, he's gonna be a star, man. He's gonna be a star in the league for
he's
sure.
a star, and I feel like they're building well around him. I'll give him that. It's for sure they brought in more. They brought in kind of competent guys around him. I think that the European guy from Serbia, Mimic,
Mm-hmm.
I believe his name is. He's good. Like he didn't get much runs in Oklahoma. He's shining. Trae Man is shining. Grant Williams is a good locker room guy to have. Same with Seth Curry since he's hometown.
Yeah, but
They
only thing with them, they gotta get healthy.
yeah, they got to get healthy, and they need a coach like Ime Udoka.
Mm.
Like Steve Clifford was brought in at the wrong time. I think with James B they made the play-in, so they thought like bringing in Steve Clifford, tough coach, would work. But the problem is they ran into like the Miles Bridges bullshit, and with the Miles Bridges thing, and then you had kind of like the two young guys, Kai Jones and what's that other guy from UT, man? James Bouknight not working out. They kind of put them in a frenzy of being stuck. Where I think now they could possibly move their way. Now they kind of trying to bring in guys who can help them move their way up. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. It's gonna be one of those franchises where maybe they might catch your eye, or maybe they might remain irrelevant forever.
Damn. Yeah, but I could tell you what they have. They don't have a lot of salary on their books. They have money to
No,
spend.
I mean, dude, they're paying. They're paying who? Grant Williams might be the highest earned player.
No, it's actually Bertans.
Bertans, Davis. I mean, isn't he expiring?
It's not fully guaranteed, but he's on the books for 16 mil. Right now, he's making the most at 17. Next year, he's making 16.
May God bless the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, LaMelo Ball. Wow, he's still on a rookie scale. Yeah, they have a lot of money to spend. It's teams like this that give Klay Thompson the leverage on the Warriors to get paid.
Because of course, like they're trying to build a culture, right? And that's my whole thing. Is like, I could see them trying to build culture because I think Grant Williams is a good culture guy. I think Grant Williams is perfect culture guy. I think Seth Curry, because he's from there, and because his dad played there, I think he adds much more legitimacy. Mimic, sure, he's a first-year player, but he's a veteran. Like, the dude's 30 years old.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm not gonna act like, oh yeah, he's a rookie or the future guy. No, he's a veteran.
Yeah, with the Hornets, man, they're gonna be like the Hornets. That's all I can say. It's the fucking Hornets. The
I'm
Bobcats, the
optimistic
Hornets.
about it, bro.
I still
Yeah,
call them the
but I'm
Bobcats from every once in a while. I just don't know
Is
what the fuck is
irrelevant,
going
bro.
on over there.
Like, I'm optimistic because I do follow a lot of Hornets pages because I had to do research on them, and let's be honest, like, but Hornets media isn't all that sexy either.
Oh hell no, man! You ever watch them on League Pass? It's like watching a high school game.
Bro, I see guys. The only person they hype up is that one chick, Emily, Shy Emily or whatever, and that's because she's cute. Like, if we're keeping it real.
Yeah, they don't have enough sponsors. They don't have
Like,
enough
that's the only
sponsors.
reason
And that's
people-
one thing I
yeah.
know. So I'm like, how the hell Michael Jordan couldn't get sponsors like that? They don't. The Charlotte
Yeah,
Hornets do
dude, they
not
didn't
have
get-
enough arena sponsors, man.
They only have Jordan brand and like local companies, right?
Yeah, strange.
Yeah.
Real strange.
Yeah, I mean, I think this real estate company, they seem local. Maybe they'll get people behind it, but let's see what happens, bro. But like I said, bro, the only reason this team is hot is because of that one chick, Sha Emily or whatever her name is,
Mm.
and like NBA fans are incels, so they'll simp over any broadcasting chick if we're keeping it real.
All right. So, what are your thoughts on Chauncey Billups and Vince Carter getting the Hall of Fame?
Awesome. Long overdue with Chauncey Billups, bro. Long overdue.
Mr. Big Shot
One of
Billups.
the best things that Big Shot Billups Finals MVP. Did he get his jersey retirement yet, or Pistons? Do you know?
I'm not sure. Man, he should have been got that shit. Let me see, Billups.
I mean, that's what I think. I know they got Ben Wallace's shit done, and Tayshaun Rip. I think they got their jerseys retired, but I'm not sure with Chauncey. Bro, Chauncey.
Yeah, they
man,
did. They did in 2016.
He has been. They did.
Yeah, they did in 2016.
Chauncey always kept that team. Chauncey's that guy in 2000s. When we talk about point guards, we talk about Nash. We talk about. I guess you could put Iverson. Can you put Iverson as point guard?
He's gonna fall, yeah, around that range. Cause even though he was a combo,
You talk about Jason Kidd. Yeah.
people are gonna put Allen Iverson in there as a point guard. Even though he was a combo.
Jason. Yeah. You could Jason Kidd, Tony Parker, Steph Curry, a lot of names you could put, right? I feel like Chauncey's names kind of get very undermined, right? But I think now
You think now? Wait, I think you broke up.
sacrifice? What?
Wait, say
I
that
was
again.
thinking, but I think this solidifies Chauncey's name in the legendary books because in the 2000s he'll never be brought up, but this right here is well deserved.
Yeah, I feel like wait,
this guy.
How many
Chauncey
Eastern
Billups-
Conference Finals in a row did he go in? It might have been 6.
Okay, so they made the finals twice, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they made the finals twice. I know that. Dude, they were like the Pistons during his time. They were contenders. What? Up until like the early 2010s,
Yeah.
like at least like playoff teams, right? Yeah, like he kept them afloat until he went to Denver. Chauncey Billups, he deserves his flowers, man.
Yeah, he made 7
Long
appearances.
overdue, I think.
7 appearances in the Eastern
Yeah.
Conference. No, I think
Um,
6 in the East
Does that count the
and
Denver
1
one
in the
or no?
West. 1 in the West.
One in the West.
Yeah, with Melo.
Melo.
With Melo. You see, even
Yeah,
like,
he's-
and this is the
Dog.
problem with the media. When they keep talking about stars or players who have impact, they keep forgetting about winning. Everything is so surface level. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
can he dunk? How does his game
Well,
look
no, I
like?
think-
Chauncey Billups didn't even have a sexy game, but he made all the big shots. He played almost similar to the way Jalen Brunson and Jimmy Butler plays. Like,
Yeah.
he came through clutch. He
dog,
didn't make
you
mistakes.
did everything right. You're perfect. Didn't bitch out the coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then this is
Chauncey, I think Chauncey's a guy who gets undermined because of the time he played with like Chris Paul, another guy. I'm forgetting a lot of names that I'm probably gonna regret later on once I re-listen. But he's kind of that guy who gets undermined because of how great his position was.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I wouldn't be shocked if in a playoff series he can lead a team higher than Chris Paul would into the deeper 100%. Rounds. Because Chris Paul, man, he be melting in big game situations. I don't know if he has anxiety.
Yep.
His shit goes haywire.
But Chris Paul was that guy in the regular season who's like 9 out of 10. You know, he shows up more than Chauncey.
Mm-hmm. But in big games and in the playoffs,
compare.
It's Chauncey all the way. It's not even close.
No, 100%. I used to compare Chauncey to Lowry, but even that, like, I think is dishonest because it took Lowry a long time to figure it out. Chauncey, it didn't take like, all right, they're underdogs at the start of their careers, but there's a difference. Chauncey was much more easy in becoming that first option. But I think Lowry always struggled with that. Like, I think Lowry, once he realized, like, Siakam can step up one night, Van Vliet can step up one night, and obviously Kawhi is dominating, that's when he kind of became a good playoff player.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think Chauncey just liked the light on him. Long overdue, man. I'm happy for him.
Yeah. Also Vince Carter, man. The only thing with Vince Carter, man, is there's not enough playoff success. But he is a Hall of Famer, though. He is a Hall of Famer.
I mean, dude, realistically, like, if the standard should be higher, but it's not, and he's able to achieve, 8 All-Star teams? How many NBA teams? Do you know how many NBA teams he had?
Yeah, let's pull that up. But the only thing with Vince, he should. I felt like he should have been a bigger player than what he was.
Oh, dude, I was actually surprised he was a first ballot Hall of Famer, to be honest with you.
Yeah, 8-time All-Star. He made All NBA only 2 times. In 2001 and 2000 in the year 2000.
Am I the only one who I don't know?
He never made All NBA first team.
Yeah, but even Bosch never did. But Bosch had team success that backs him up.
Yeah.
With Vince, I was surprised he actually became first ballot.
Yeah, if they gave T-Mac first ballot, they got to give Vince Carter that. I don't think, me personally, I don't think T-Mac should have got first ballot.
I don't think T-Mac should have got first ballot.
Yeah,
either.
but he did though. But then again, the Basketball Hall of Fame is not really ran by the NBA though. It's not ran by them.
It's ran by international community, right?
I don't know who is it run by, but it's outside of the league. It's not their thing.
Is it uniform?
I'm not sure. I just know the NBA is not the one that dictates it.
No, but the Basketball Hall of Fame is basketball in general. So you have a lot of NCAA legends who make the Basketball Hall of Fame. WNBA, European players, you know?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Where is that, by the way?
So
is that upstate New York or something? The Basketball Hall of Fame?
I think Springfield. Massachusetts.
Yeah, so it is in Massachusetts. Okay.
But good for them, they earned it. Another Hall of Fame later on down the line. Marc Gasol's getting his jersey retired tonight.
Oh, he is. Oh, okay. Yeah, Marc Gasol. Yeah, he's definitely Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
he's definitely.
He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame there. Not first ballot, but he's there.
Yeah, but for Vince Carter, yeah, I think Vince knew he was gonna get that because
All deserves it.
Yeah, T-Mac got first ballot.
Yeah,
but these guys, I mean, with T-Mac it was kind of injuries, but these guys, man, they should have been NBA champions though. For their talent level,
dude, they should have made the Western. They should have made more conference finals.
Yeah,
more conference finals. To be honest with you.
Yep.
You know, we could kind of mesh in, I think, Gasol's achievement too with this. No.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like just make it into like one thing.
Yeah.
There's no point in pivoting to that. Gasol deserves it, man. He changed Memphis. Grit and grind, gave them their best years. Gasol was like the pre Jokic before Jokic. Like he could pass, he could shoot. mostly like a defensive anchor, but he had all the tools, but he just wasn't. Obviously, he wasn't as talented enough scoring wise, but he deserves his flowers in that regard too, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he won the
The big
defensive player of the
Spaniard.
year. He made the
Yep.
first all NBA team. Yeah, man, this guy's solid, man. He has a solid resume behind him. NBA champion in 2019 with the Raptors.
And then you had the European achievements.
Yeah, oh yeah, the European achievements, yeah, they're there. Oh man, they've been there since like 2007, 2004. Yeah, he's won multiple championships, even in FIBA. Yeah, so
Dude, it's crazy. Like his career, you look at it. His career, when you look at it, you would expect a longer career, but
Yeah,
for I
he
think only 11 years, he was achieving he achieved a lot.
yeah, he achieved a lot. Yeah, I didn't realize he's 39 years old now. He's been out of the league for a long time.
Yeah, he left because the Lakers kind of bullshitted him and kind of had him off the bench.
Oh yeah, he left in 2021. Wow, he's only 39 today. Yeah, he could have had some extra years because of his size, man, just and his skill set. It would have transitioned really well.
But
For
he
like a
also
person
spent a
playing
large
10 to 15
portion.
minutes a game.
He got when did he come in the league? 2010,
2008.
2008. That's when he got drafted. But when he played his first basketball game. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
in 2008. Yeah.
And dude, also to his credit, one of the greatest second round picks of all time.
Yeah, matter of fact, because the way you just asked that question just now, you're right. I remember somebody purchasing his rights, but I don't remember if he came in right away. But he
Yes.
did play that season though.
The Lakers drafted him.
Yeah, so the same season they drafted his rights, but he played 82 games in 2008, 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, so he did play.
Okay. I remember the Lakers drafted him. I think the season before I could be wrong. The season before the Lakers drafted him, but he played once the Gasol trade happened.
Mm.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could
you're
be
right.
wrong.
You're right. Once the Gasol trade happened, because his brother was in Memphis too, right?
It's to what?
What wasn't Pau Gasol? Didn't he play in Memphis?
Yeah, Pau Gasol played in Memphis before he came to LA.
Yeah. So you're right.
Yeah.
Once that trade happened, that's when Mark ended up playing.
Yeah, because Mark was.
Wait, say that again. You're breaking
That's
up.
the craziest part.
Wait, say that whole part again. You broke up.
I'm saying the craziest part was he was just a throw-in in that trade.
Yeah. But you know what? That was the beginning of the NBA drafting European players. Because there were way more
Yeah.
European busts than there were actually good players.
Even Gasol at that time was viewed soft. Pau Gasol at least.
Yeah, he was viewed that way, but he was still killing it though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like even
Bro,
when
but
he first in his
yeah.
rookie year, he was still doing his thing.
But man, he deserves his. But I'm happy he's getting his flowers tonight. One of the greatest second-round picks of all time, the greatest Memphis player of all time. He passes his brother for sure in that regard. I love Pau. I think Memphis should retire his jersey too. But Mark Gasol is Mark Gasol, bro. Grit and
Yeah.
grind. Well
Well-
deserved.
Well, right
Yeah.
here I see you have the Hawks with Trae Young.
Oh, dude, I was like, when I was getting back, bro, that was one of the things that like threw me the hell off. I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, I know, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Me and you, we both come off as Trae Young haters, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan, bro, and I feel like you're a fan of his game to certain aspects. Like you like that underdog in him.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I watched the Hawks pivot like 2 times with him, and the shit not
Yeah,
work. I don't know. Man, honestly, I don't know. It's looking like it's him.
This is where you and I both agree on this. Like, I'm not even gonna like argue with you on that, but like, you know, sometimes I feel like sometimes we come off as haters. It's like we're fans, but it's like,
It's,
hello?
yeah, it's nah. To be honest with you, it looks like he's doing him, but at the same time, it's too many things to hide when it comes to Trae Young. You have to hide too many things. You hear me? I think you just.
What are you
muted.
saying, bro?
Nah, you hear me?
I'm big.
Wait, what'd you say?
Oh man, my bad, dude. I got a call. But we were talking about Trae Young.
Now I'm saying with Trae Young, there's too many things to hide with his game. Like you have to hide
Yeah,
his
way too many
defensive,
things, bro. Yep.
his shot jacking.
Defensive. Yeah, his volume's shooting.
And let me
He's
ask
too
you
ball
a
dominant.
question here with the I don't want to say the rule changes, but you heard about the point of emphasis, how the
Yeah.
refs and the league kind of met up and they want the refs to focus on certain things. I feel like all those things hurt Trae Young's game. Like you
Yeah,
can't,
dude, he doesn't have the size to ref bait like that anymore.
yeah,
either, right?
he can't.
Like,
He can't bait
yeah.
guys into fouls. He can't land on guys. He can't kick out
Yeah.
his leg. He can't stop in
Because,
front of
dude,
somebody.
he only weighs what 170 pounds, 5'11". Like teams aren't falling for bait like that anymore, bro.
Yeah, a lot of that shit ain't gonna work no more, man. To be
Like
honest with you.
they're gonna play physical with them because they know they're gonna get away with it, and he's gonna miss because of his lack of size and lack of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see? I think did I post a record? I think I did post a record, right? You could see with and without Trae in the notes.
Yeah, hold on, let me see. What if I just had it just now? Oh yeah. So the Hawks are 22 and 29 with him, and without him, damn, they're 14 and 11.
That's what I'm saying. This is horrible. And did you see Jalen Johnson Jr. had his best game like a couple nights ago? First triple double of his career.
Yes, but the thing is, all right. So Luka, right? It's
Yeah.
almost like the Luka effect. Luka could dance around, hold on to the ball, but he's big enough to make that initial pass off the double team. Trae Young, when he's doing the same exact thing, is he efficient enough when he gets double teamed because of his lack of size to actually
No,
get
he's
guys
not.
interested to play?
He's not. And dude, you think like guys want to stand in like DeJounte Murray, right? At some points, you stand in the corner and you think like how limited this guy is, and like you have to take the backseat. It's gonna be like at some point you're gonna tell Quinn like what the hell. And this is where Quinn Snyder's a good coach, right?
Mhm.
But it's become much more of a burden on him to hide this because like he's an offensive mastermind. What he did in Utah, and he's worked with undersized guards like Donovan Mitchell. But this is just another like. This just makes it more difficult.
Yeah, I mean it's a number of things, man. It's almost like Trae Young got drafted, and then the new GM, he wanted to kind of imitate.
Landry Field.
No, not Landry Fields. The one before him, he was out of Golden State.
Oh,
He was
okay.
the assistant GM in
Yeah.
Golden State, so he kind of wanted to imitate.
Yep, I remember this.
Yeah, he wanted to imitate that kind of formula. It didn't work out, and ever since then they've been trying to pivot, especially them losing out on Luka. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes some of these franchises, they be feeling salty. They're like, yo, we wanted to run the Golden State system. That shit ain't work out. And now we're looking at Luka become MVP. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough.
And we have a all-star reserve on our team while they have an MVP.
Yeah, and then they traded for, was it Bojan in Sacramento? They made a trade for. They
Zelino Gallinari.
Yeah, they traded. Oh my gosh, so much, so many changes. DeJounte
And
Murray.
Gallo's body just fell up. Gallo's body just fell like, like, I mean, he was a great player, but his body just fell like second season in.
Yeah, and it's DeJounte Murray was the icing on the cake. This is like the last stop. Didn't they send like 2 first-round picks? They sent some shit away for him.
I think 2 or 3, multiple.
Yeah, so it's like that was the last stop. And now DeJounte Murray don't even look happy.
And do they like? Can we say they lucked on any of these guys? DeAndre Hunter is solid. AJ Griffin, son of Adrian Griffin, he seemed to struggle right now. Well, Jalen Johnson Jr. might be like their lucky guy, which
yeah,
that's awesome. Good for them. And Big O is just solid.
Yeah, he's been solid, but it's gonna take him probably like 2 more years. But what about Sadiq Bey? Like a lot of these guys,
let him walk.
They're gonna be up for their contract. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are gonna be up for their contracts.
Oh yeah, Sadiq is still on the team, but Sadiq is out for the season, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just let Sadiq go.
Did they trade for Sadiq or did they get him as a free agent?
I think it was a 3-way trade.
So he's still under his
It
rookie
was the
scale contract.
James Wiseman.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the James Wiseman trade.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Jalen Johnson, they got to think about paying him eventually after next season. There's a couple of guys, and then oh yeah, okay, so they extended Big O. Yeah, DeJounte Murray's in the books for way too long. That shit already doesn't work out.
They have to. They had to.
Yo, I don't think his new contract even
Like,
kicked in.
there's no
yet.
way around it.
That's the crazy part. I don't think his
His
contract even kicked in.
This contract hasn't hit?
It starts hitting in 2024 until 2028.
Oh, man.
That shit is wild.
Who else could we pivot to? I mean, there's not much to talk about with the Hawks outside of their just stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got something on the fucking Cavs. Real quick.
Yeah.
So
Bro, that's a team we've both been praising.
yo,
Yeah.
the Cavs were looking good until like, ooh, they had a beautiful January, but then as soon as February started hitting, they got injuries. But then while Darius Garland and what's his name?
Despite the injuries, they look good.
Yeah, they were still right, but here's the thing, right? The injuries of Darius Garland and Evan Mobley kind of exposed that, hey, if we have Donovan Mitchell in the starting lineup along with Jarrett Allen at center, surrounded by 3 shooters, this shit works. And it was working. And as soon as Darius Garland and Evan Mobley came back, the shit looked clunky again. Now, the Cavs got to ask themselves, like, is Darius Garland a good co-star to put alongside Donovan Mitchell? You know what I'm saying? Like, that might not work out. And this week, we're starting to see Donovan
He's
Mitchell.
D'Angelo Russell, bro.
Yeah, in a way, but he's still young and developing. But in a way, but I want to go to this, right? They asked Dan Gilbert about, re-signing Donovan Mitchell. He seems positive about it. Then they asked Donovan Mitchell the same question, and he seems like, oh, he's pushing it off for later. Now, do you think that Donovan Mitchell's really gonna stay in Cleveland with Darius Garland being his second co-star, man? Like, that shit don't even sound appealing.
No, but I think due to culture, and I think Dan Gilbert is willing to. I think Dan Gilbert gets a lot of shit for being a shitty owner, especially during the way. I don't really view him as a shitty owner. I view him as a loudmouth, if that makes sense. Like, he knows how to cater to his star guys. And I think he's learned to kind of take a step back from ownership role, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but
So I wouldn't be surprised if he pivoted.
but to me, here's what Dan Gilbert did to Donovan Mitchell, right? He put him in a weird position.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm gonna trade for you, and I'm gonna force you to make the tough decision of leaving money on the table when it comes to the extension. And I feel like, okay, Mitchell, things were going really good in January, and then guys got hurt, and things got even better in February without those guys. Now those guys come back, and they're 11-15 in their last 26 games, right? And within that stretch, they're bottom 10 in offense and defense, and the playoffs are about to start. How the fuck does that look appealing
their
to
offense,
sign an
bro,
extension?
their offensive. No, it doesn't look appealing. But my thing is this, right? Okay, they have been able to build a good culture past few years, and they're still relatively young, so they'll be able to pivot early. But at the same time, I think they'll be able to make moves that cater to Donovan Mitchell. But let me ask you,
No,
right,
wait, hold on. Let me go to that part. What you just said, they really can't, because they traded away a bunch of assets in order to get Mitchell. That's the problem. It's almost like they're double trapped. They really don't have.
They can't pivot.
Nah, they really can't. They don't have. I think this past offseason or the next offseason is their only first round pick. Other than that, they're stuck. Like, they're asked out until like 2 years from now. They're limited on the first round picks that they could trade. They Donovan Mitchell, re-signing him is their only real deal. So it's like Mitchell right now, seeing that the fit doesn't really work. Darius Garland, and what is he, a 5th overall pick? Sometimes some of these picks, these guys, their peak is like 20 points per game. Remember how last time we was talking about the guys that hit 20 points per game but who can't carry a franchise? That's what Darius Garland looks like. Darius Garland looks like one of those, like the fucking Jordan Poole, like the fucking Kyle Kuzma type. Like, he can get 20 points per game, but he's not getting you wins. Like, it doesn't translate to wins. My overall question is this appealing in fucking Cleveland?
Is Cleveland appealing?
No, is all this happening in Cleveland appealing if you're Donovan Mitchell?
All of this is happening in Cleveland. If you're, bro,
Yeah,
hold on,
wait.
you're cutting off, man. Can you
But-
repeat that again?
I said basically with all these like moving parts that's happening, is all this
Yeah.
appealing in Cleveland? Like you're Donovan Mitchell.
No.
It's about to
It's
hit
showing
your last
cracks.
year. Are you even
It's showing
considering an
cracks.
extension?
They're showing cracks. But let me ask you this. All right, yeah, we could admit it's showing cracks. Their offense is very stagnated with two big guys inside. Darius Garland isn't healthy enough, nor does he really show up as a second option. We can all agree on that. But
Mhm.
let me also ask you this. Do you think Donovan Mitchell is a guy who can, as a first option, elevate his franchise? Forget regular season. We've seen what he's doing regular season. Come playoff time. Like, does he scare you? Because I think what the Knicks showed is that he didn't scare New York.
That's an excellent question, because I'm not gonna lie, with his first round exits in the past 3 seasons, the answer to that is he's not really scaring these teams. He's really not. He's
Like,
had
you're a
some
Knicks
bad
fan.
playoff
You-
losses.
You're a Knicks fan. You saw them boys. They were having a fun time out there. They didn't look like they were struggling. All right, one game or misstep. 4 games straight. Bam, 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 bam. All right, you go home. Like
Mhm.
that's what it was, bro. So my thing is this, right? And even when they were out in the West, first seed, awesome, right? Donovan was first seed, great. Rudy Gobert, defensive player again. Joe Ingles, Bogdanovich, great role players. Royce O'Neal, good rotation forward. All right, but they didn't scare anybody. Like you saw the Clippers
Wi-
without Kawhi Leonard. was
Without
able to
Kawhi
tear them
Leonard,
down.
yep, eliminate
Yeah.
them. Like
Yeah.
I said, Donovan
Eliminate
Mitchell has
them.
had some bad first round losses, but back to your point where you said, can he, lift your? Is he that guy to lift your team in the playoffs?
And I don't see it. Like,
I don't see it
think-
either.
Mhm.
I don't see it, but
Like it,
once again, the way he's marketed, you see him high flying, step back threes, dunking. He's
Yep.
marketed as a star.
but you think him and his agency? You think I like this is what I think, right? Is I think he signs with Cleveland because he knows because it's easier for him to like. There's not going to be much pressure on him to really play it. Like he's not going to get the bright lights of LA or New York. Because let's be honest, he goes New York, bro. One playoff bad experience, bro. New York shitting on him. We saw that with Julius Randle the past few seasons. That's heavy lights to live under, bro.
Yeah, but it's like at the same time, man, it's fucking Cleveland, man. Like people don't understand. Like LeBron James for years was trying to get people to go to Cleveland in his first go around. Then when he left Miami, he tried to get some of those guys to come
Yeah.
with him to Cleveland. Guys do not want to go over there. It's not
No,
appealing.
They don't want to go over there. They
It's
don't
not
want to go over
appealing.
there, bro. Yeah, I hear. I'm
can
saying
hear you
it saves Donovan Mitchell from scrutiny if he stays in Cleveland.
I don't think he's scared of that though. I don't think he's scared of that. I don't think he's scared of that because honestly, he should already be getting criticized harshly already. Because why is Jalen Brunson? Why is Jalen Brunson with no Luka in that playoff series 2 years ago against the Utah Jazz? And the Dallas Mavericks. Why is Jalen Brunson busting your ass going up 2-1 in that series? That didn't make any sense.
I mean, forget Jalen Brunson. Terrence Mann dominated Donovan Mitchell, bro.
Yeah.
And Terrence Mann is a rotational player. So for me, it's like, all right, man. We can criticize Cleveland, but I feel like this is peak, like Donovan Mitchell. Like Cleveland is the most ideal franchise to build around him in Utah because they're both built similar.
Yeah, but
they're both built
hold on,
similar,
but-
minus like the double big size.
Yeah, but you keep saying
Like-
build around him. They don't have the assets to get other people with draft picks.
Yeah,
They really don't. They
Yeah.
sacrificed all that shit already.
yeah.
So
But dude,
so how they gonna build around him?
it's tough. It's hard. But my thing is, like, all right, how would you build around him? Because let's say he goes to New York tomorrow, right? If it's him and Brunson, but like, how will they defend? Because the New York has the reputation of defense.
Yeah, but
Who
me,
is
I'm
Donovan Mitchell
thinking
gonna
I'm
stop?
thinking New York is not a good place for him. It's not a good
What about
place for him.
Brooklyn? 'Cause I think Brooklyn would be another good place for him if he wants to go over there.
Man, who knows? I don't think that's the place for him either. I think the place for him is probably gonna be next to Wemby.
But it's just
If I was him, I'll be looking at Wemby. Wait, you broke up.
I'm saying the thing with Donovan, at least for me, right? The thing with Donovan Mitchell, it's his game is very ball dominant, and for a guy I don't view as a first option, it's a problematic.
Is it problematic for San Antonio?
No, it's a problematic for him because now, a guy whose game is first option but can't be a first option come playoff time. It's a problem. It's like Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, so you're saying that he's not gonna move off ball. He's gonna be more like Westbrook. He's gonna be more like Melo.
Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's how I see him. He's 27, 28. I think this is the Donovan Mitchell we're getting.
Wow.
I could be wrong, bro, but it seems like all right, two teams in.
Hey, I think you're closer on the side of being right on this.
Like, bro, he's two teams in. You look at that Utah roster, we can critique it, right? And Utah had flaws. They didn't have wings. But the thing is, they have guys who were perfect around Donovan, guys who can make extra passes, shoot threes, be a rim protector. Royce O'Neal, corner three. Joe Ingles was a good passer, and he showed up big many times for them. Another ball handler. Jordan Clarkson off the bench. Like, it's similar to how Cleveland's built right now. Karis LeVert off the bench, ball handler.
You're right.
Darius Garland.
That Jazz team did have a lot of pieces around Mike Conley. Yeah, it was actually pretty solid.
I feel like it's stagnated because they're building them same rosters over and over, hoping it works. You can't tell me Cleveland and Utah are all that different. Besides, like, the double big.
Utah is different. I would say Cleveland's 3-point shooters are not as good, and Darius Garland, he's really like he should be like in the Jordan Clarkson role. He's really that.
Yeah, he should.
Like 17 points
per
game.
But they have Karis LeVert for that.
Yeah, like on a winning championship team, right? Let's say he was on a winning championship team. He would be the Jordan Clarkson. He would not be a CoStar. He wouldn't.
I think Colin Sexton probably would have fit nice next to Donovan Mitchell, to be honest with you.
I don't think so, because again, that's another player that doesn't quite understand their role. He plays the whole like volume shooter role. That's not what.
But he's a good defensive guy.
Maybe
that can hide Donovan Mitchell's.
So you think the Cavs gave away the wrong guard?
Possibly, but it's not something I lose sleep over. Like, it's not something if you're a Cavs fan, you lose sleep over, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, like I said,
dude, it's just.
Wait, hold on. At the end of the day, like I said, in their last 26 games, ever since Garland and Mobley came back, 11 and 15, they're bottom 10 in defense and offense. So, I don't know, man. That shit ain't looking good. That shit ain't looking good, boy.
It isn't looking good, and I think come playoff time, it's gonna look bad because like they're viewing the front court or the back court as food, and that's always gonna be a problem with Donovan. And he's a great player. His trajectory is Hall of Fame, but at the end, bro, it comes with a lot of question marks, man.
Yeah, a 6'1" guard. Him and Darius Garland. Oh yeah, that's already trouble. And I think that's what the Knicks are trying to avoid. I don't think they want Mitchell like that.
That's Trae Young's situation right there. To be honest with you, it's just Donovan Mitchell's a way better player.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of teams that are suspect, fucking Milwaukee, man. The Milwaukee Bucks were one of the worst road records for a championship-bound team. They're 18 and 20 on the road, man. They just lost to the Wizards, Grizzlies, and Raptors. And the Raptors are coming off of losing 15 games in a row. What the fuck is going on, man?
They're cooked. I'm going to be honest. I don't care about winning record. Bucks don't scare me. And if you're a Knicks fan, I doubt they scare you. I doubt they scare Boston Celtics. But I think even without Julius Randle, they can beat the Bucks.
Yeah, it's just the way it's a lot of conundrums with this team. Doc Rivers taking the job in the middle of the year. them hiring a
And
coach
his record
that,
is 15-15 since taking over.
yeah, them hiring a coach and Adrian Griffin, clearly they were trying to please Giannis. That's what Giannis wanted. They got Dame, that pleased Giannis. They sacrificed a lot of depth on their team. Drew Holiday, the
Yeah.
biggest fuck up for the Bucks is letting Drew Holiday swing back around and end up in Boston. That's one of
Drew,
their
letting
biggest
Drew-
fuck ups. That's why the Dame trade, when they look back in the history books, they're gonna look back and say
one thing he ensured, he was
Dame would
your-
have been a nice addition to Milwaukee had Drew Holiday stayed in the Western Conference or went to some other team.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think if the Bucks knew Drew Holiday would end up in the Celtics, they would have traded for Dame. I don't think so. I do
Bro,
not
you
think
can
so.
tell. Like, you can tell their reaction once that trade happened.
It's
The
like,
Portland and
oh
Boston one.
shit. That shit was like a boomerang.
He
It just came
fucked
right
up.
back around.
Also, it made Giannis' job easier, bro. Now, like Brook does the drop defense because Drew, like last season, Brook did drop down defense, right? And Giannis was helped, and
Mhm.
Drew was really able to guard the perimeter. Now, I think even Brook has to like come out to the three at times
Yo,
because
which
like
is
you
not
can't
gonna
do drop
work.
all the time at this point.
Yeah, which is not
No,
gonna
and
work.
Giannis has to guard perimeter, and he's more comfortable being helped. They're stuck.
Yeah, man. Once again, sometimes this is what happens when star players try to construct their own roster. Sometimes they sign up to do more work. But peep this, right?
That's your famous quote.
Yeah, man. Like, it gets even worse. Let's take a listen to
Yeah.
Doc Rivers, what he had to say criticizing the Bucks after they lost to the Raptors, who coming off of losing 15 fucking games.
Hey, Doc, I know before the game you had said it, in terms of urgency, it'd be different if you weren't playing well with all the guys available, but it's 5 of 6 in these last 3.
Yeah, the last
Good
3 were
teams.
against 3 bad teams, and to me that's inexcusable for all of us. As I told them, I said, this is on me. I got to figure out what we got to do to play at a higher pace. We started out the game, it was beautiful, I thought, the first quarter. And as the game went on, you can just see it, especially the second and third quarter were crushed.
Yo, my man's collecting checks from teams. He's like the Thanos. of-
Criticism by Doc, but
Yeah, but
Well, outside
hold
of
on.
words, what does it mean?
Doc is collecting checks from teams. I bet you the Clippers are still paying him, the 76ers are still paying him, and eventually the Bucks are gonna be paying him the
Bucks-
same way.
because he's multi-year deal.
Yeah, he gets 5-year deals from all these teams.
Bro, my thing with the Bucks, John Hurst, good GM. He's done a good job with this franchise. But I feel like their end goal was trying to get Nick Nurse, which Giannis did not want.
Yeah, and then went with Adrian
Which
Griffin.
is why, the assistant coach instead. And it screwed them over. And
and we're seeing it play
like,
out. And,
sure,
and this
Giannis
is why
is franchise guy, but
yeah,
Mhm.
star players should not be constructing fucking teams. This era has to end with
bro,
that.
but it's small markets, bro. Like you have to do what you gotta do.
Damn, they're paying small market penalties right now for trying to please stars. Like this
Bro,
shit looks
you're
crazy. Like the
paying-
roster don't even make sense. I don't think Giannis fully thought this through. It's like, yo, teams are
Bro,
gonna
the
run
roster-
pick
bro,
and
the
roll.
roster-
They're gonna pick. Wait, hold on. They're gonna run pick and roll. Brooke Lopez drops back, and you have Malik Beasley and Dame defending the perimeter. It's like, dog,
Yep.
what the fuck? That's a lot of work for Giannis, man.
Bro, even like their backup, I'm not very fond of their bench either. Like Bobby Portis is cool, but come on, man.
Yeah, they got Bobby
But I
Porter
think-
sweating out there with those eyes.
But like in my opinion, I was never fond of the Bucks roster even when they won a championship.
Yeah, because you know why? But right then, Giannis, he elevated up to another level. You know what I'm saying? Like he elevated up
Yeah.
to another level. But I don't know if the Bucks expected to be even in this position. Because
I
think
agree with
about
you
their
all.
offseason, right? They were kind of blah, and then all of a sudden they got a new coach. Then they made a trade right away and got Dame. Then Giannis re-signed. You know what I'm saying? Like look at all the things that happened at the same time. They went from not being sure if Giannis was still gonna be there because Giannis was making comments like he was gonna leave, and then all of a sudden new coach,
doesn't-
you traded for Dame, and then Giannis instantly said I'm re-signing, and he re-signed. And then wait, hold on, and then
This
the
is the
team
second time
owner,
he's done it.
and then the team owner sold the team. All those things
Yeah.
happened back to back to back to back. You don't think that's crazy?
Dude, he's done that twice. That's the most craziest part.
Yeah.
He did it. You remember he did it 2021, where he was like, "If I don't win here, or if the team's not serious, I'm out." You remember?
Yeah, he was putting that pressure.
And they obviously won the championship, which made him stay. He knows how to use. Like, I hate the whole image of Giannis is ready to die hard for the Bucks. Nah, he plays politics.
Yeah, he definitely does. He definitely does play politics.
Like, he knows, like, how do I get paid? He's not an idiot.
Yeah, and at the same time, Dame is getting older. He came back from injury when they faced the Raptors. Giannis is dealing, I think, with a groin issue or a hamstring. Like,
Yeah.
Dame is getting older, man. It's like, and then Dame's gonna be making $60 million a year. And this team is, they don't have a lot of draft
I think
assets.
Giannis is trying to milk out the Bucks. He's milking it out.
Yeah, man. Dame has never been in a pressurized situation. Never, his whole career. He's just been, his only responsibility is dropping 30 a night and losing. No one's ever said, oh, why is Dame losing in Portland? Nobody ever held him responsible. Now he's in Milwaukee. These guys got no draft picks to fix this fucking team. They traded everything away.
Yeah.
They gave away the draft picks for Jrue Holiday. They gave it away for Dame. It's like, man, they're done. This is it.
Yeah.
This is it. This shit don't work. They're gonna be relying on second round, 4-year college players. They better draft well. They better fucking draft well. Cause that's the only thing they have left.
Dude, I think he's milking it out, bro. In 1 or 2 years, he's out.
Who?
Giannis.
Yeah. Well,
He's getting a statue, man. He's done everything for them, but milking it out.
man, if he's milking it out, Milwaukee's gonna be in purgatory for like the next 7 years. Like, yo, Milwaukee has given up so many first round picks. I don't even think, according to the rule book, that they can give up any more.
Yeah.
Like, they have to wait till 2030 to give up another one. I gotta look it up. It's like either 2027 or 2030. And they're gonna be over the cap. Talking about Damian Lillard, $60 million a year. That's fucking crazy, man. Let me see. The Bucks. And they gotta pay Chris Middleton. Have we forgot that Chris Middleton is on this fucking team?
And he's on the decline of his career.
And they gave him a player option. They just gave him an extension. How the fuck they gave him a player option for 2025-26? That is fucking crazy. Same thing for Brook Lopez. Aging center.
Brook is 1 or 2 years away from retirement.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, man. And Dame has a player option for 2027 for $63 million. That's crazy. This team is stuck, man. They are stuck.
They're cooked.
Like, this is it. They better ask. Was it Giannis? What's Giannis's brother? Giannis, man. They better give him some minutes, man. Work off that fucking check that he's been earning. Because this is gonna be a bumpy ass fucking ride, man. They better tell him to put down his little Greek fucking yogurts, man, and get on that court. Cause this shit's gonna be crazy.
Bro, he's a podcaster now. He's a bench.
Man, he been a podcaster since he signed up for that team. He been that. They signed him as a podcaster. Yo, they signed him as a fucking podcaster.
He's a coach.
Yeah, man, coach. He's like the what are those workout tapes where you see the guy hype you up? You ever see those workout tapes?
Yeah, exactly.
He's one of those, like a Bill Simmons. He's like a Bill Simmons of NBA bench players. He's supposed to hype up everyone else. Man, this is like
he's good at that.
My man is like the gold dust of NBA bench warmers. It's like, yo, you can't make this shit up, man. And this team is old. This fucking team is old.
Dude, it's one of the older teams in the NBA.
Yeah. Hey, it is.
But they were old in their finals run too.
Yeah. But yo, how the fuck they lost to the Wizards, man? You got Giannis on your team. You lose to the Wizards, the Grizzlies, and Raptors. Like I could understand the Raptors. They play hard, but the Grizzly and Wizards. What the fuck? What?
Those are teams purposely taking.
I'm curious how much Jordan Poole had in that matchup against the Wizards. Like, if Jordan Poole was cooking Beasley and Dame, you are finished. You are fucking finished. And then the Grizzlies, they have nothing but G Leaguers. It's like, man, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. But yo, if you look back, the media last summer, they kept on saying, oh, Giannis and Dame, they're going for the championship. And it's like, yo, y'all too stuck on
people
names.
automatically bring them to be finals championships, bro.
Yeah. Man, I wouldn't be shocked if Miami eliminates them in the first fucking round.
Bro, I think even the Knicks give them a harder time, bro.
Yeah, with no Randle, right? I think with no Randle, they could probably handle them.
They'll give them a 6. I'll give them 6. Unless Giannis becomes like, unless Giannis takes his game to another level, I give them 6 games, the Knicks, to handle the shit done.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns and Joel Embiid are back. Where do you think they'll stand? We'll just kind of combine those two together.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Joel Embiid. Yo, that whole situation was weird, though, with Embiid. Because it's like nobody knew he was coming back.
It seems like they rushed it, bro.
No, it's not even that. I felt like they were secretive about it. Because everyone knew he was coming back. It seemed like
they were gonna like wait it out next season.
Nah, I don't think so. Everyone knew he was coming back like this week, right? So they thought he was coming back, but then the game against the Thunder, they ruled him out early. Then midday ruled him out again, and then they upgraded him like last minute questionable, and then they fucking said he's out. Then they say he's playing. Like, it was weird, man. It was weird. And then I think OKC thought that Embiid wasn't playing. They rested SGA and they rested Jalen Williams. They rested both of them. And then all of a sudden Embiid's playing.
It was weird.
Yeah, it's weird because remember, the NBA now, they're in the business with the gambling companies. I'm wondering what the gambling companies had to say about that. It's like, yo, we had our spread a certain way because of the injury report, and the 76ers last second go in reverse. They just activate this dude.
Yeah, I mean, dude, now people, obviously Shai Gilgeous is sitting out, so they probably had their spread one way or another.
Yeah, but they made the announcements like 15 minutes in. Like, Embiid is active all of a sudden. So, I mean, because there's multiple checkpoints throughout the day to report. There's like an injury list or like an official list. Because remember, the NBA, like, again, the NBA is in partners with the gambling companies. They have to make certain information public. If a team just all of a sudden switches up, you don't go from out to all of a sudden you in. But they fined the 76ers $100K. They fined the 76ers $100K, which is nothing.
The league did.
Yeah, the league did.
That's a slap in the wrist.
Yeah, but I'm wondering how many people came up off of the parlays or just the over and unders on that game.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Embiid, he looks all right, man. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like, my man is ready. I don't know if he's gonna carry the 76ers far though.
Nah, he's done, bro.
You say he's done?
Yeah, I think the season's done.
Why you say that? You think the 76ers roster overall is incomplete?
Dude, I'm not look, I think the 76ers as to build right now, like, are they beating the Knicks or Boston? I don't know, bro.
Yeah, when Embiid was out, it was a little bit flawed, that whole roster. It was a little bit flawed, but man, I just don't see Embiid. Oh man, it's a tough call, man. I just don't really see him being that effective, like MVP Embiid, like a point a minute. But I'm not gonna lie, he came back. He got 24 points against OKC and he got 29 against Miami.
Bro, I just feel like they're too reliant on Joel, man. It's not for a player that's very injury prone, bro. That's not a good thing, bro. You know,
Yeah,
for a team that relies on one guy who's always injured is not a good thing.
It's definitely not. I don't know if he's gonna go back to being that point per minute MVP candidate.
No, dude, the MVP season's done, and next season I don't see Philadelphia taking that risk for a back-to-back MVP. That's a pipe dream. What Philadelphia should look at the roster and try to bring in a third option, like a real third option, a guy who can step in to be second, even possibly first option at times. I think that should be the end goal for Philadelphia because I think as of right now, with the whole we have good role players like Nicholas Batum, Campaign, Paul Reed surrounding them, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And Buddy Hield hasn't really worked. You need a guy.
Wait, say that again. You broke up.
If they could get Paul George dope, maybe
Wait.
drop Maxey into Tyrese Maxey into the third option. But what they need is a strong second option or a strong third option. If Maxey's able to take his game to a second option next season, then dope. If not, if he's just a third, and then I guess you just have to bring in a real second option, bro. But as of right now, I'm looking at Philly. I don't see a real second option.
Wow. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie with the coach.
Option?
Yeah, I agree with you. But when I see the way that Nick Nurse coaches his team, I'm like, oh, Tyrese Maxey fits in perfect with what they do.
Nick knows how to get Nick is a brilliant at getting the best out of his guards.
He does, but it wouldn't shock me if
Fred had his best season under him.
Yeah, but it wouldn't shock me if Paul George is on the menu, man, for this team. It would not shock me.
No, they need a legit like James. I think James didn't work out, but I don't think they needed a James. I think they need a guy who can play off of Embiid. I think the handoff passes between Maxey and Embiid are awesome.
But what about Tobias Harris? You think he's gonna be there for next year?
I think they might have to. Isn't he?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Isn't he expiring?
Yeah, he's expiring.
I mean, if they have to keep him, they have to keep him.
No, they don't have to keep him. He's finished. Like his contract is done. They would have to give him a whole new deal.
Yeah.
Let me check him real quick. Tobias Harris. Yeah, he's averaging 17 points per game. You know what it is? When Embiid was out and Nick Nurse couldn't run those handoffs quite effectively like he did when Embiid was there, Tobias actually went down. But when with Embiid back now, Tobias Harris, he's probably gonna be looking a lot better. I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning of the season, he was looking better once James Harden got traded.
Yeah.
Like everybody was touching the ball.
But dude, even him, like his big contract that they given him, bro, he hasn't lived up to a single dime.
Yeah, he's not gonna get the same contract again, but
no.
I'm wondering where is he gonna go though? Because
who would use him?
I would say not the Lakers, not the Magic, not the Pelicans. The Pelicans have a lot of guys like him. It would have to be the Clippers. Nah, the Clippers. Nah, Clippers need
I assume like a developing team.
Maybe the Hornets.
The Hornets, yeah.
Maybe
they need more veterans. That makes sense. I don't know. Not Portland. Portland doesn't really need them. They already have Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, if Tyrese Maxey makes All NBA, I'm not sure if he qualifies for it, but if he makes it, that means they would have to give him a max contract like Embiid. It's a tricky, man. This NBA offseason is going to be tricky, man. It's going to be boring. It's going to be boring according to the free agents, but it's not going to be boring according to the team roster construction. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be a lot of teams finessing. Yeah. They're going to be finessing on how to make all the numbers work. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we have for today, man. I don't see
no, Chauncey. With Philadelphia, I think Joel Embiid being back brings him a life of air because I feel like before he went, like during when he went down, when he was out and about because of injuries, I felt like they were done. Like they look like a play-in team, a first-round exit. Joel Embiid brings life to them. Joel Embiid guarantees them a playoff spot. But for me, it's like, all right, what's next? Because this is your third coaching change. You built them a new roster. Now you're a fun team. Like Joel Embiid, you built him a fun team in his MVP year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's next for him? Like, what are you gonna do now? How are you gonna pivot towards next season? It's the most important thing that Philadelphia has to answer. Is how do you pivot next season?
Well, I mean, they got to go on a spending spree. They're gonna have the money.
You have to go on a spending spree, and you have to get a guy, and you have to do the whole Kawhi Leonard approach of, every night he's not going to be available, but come playoff time, you better hope that he takes his game to another level.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. That's what you meant by the MVP chasing that shit is a pipe dream.
It's a pipe dream.
Oh, they gotta do the Toronto Raptors Kawhi approach. Okay.
You gotta do one or the other, bro. He's in the prime of his career. So for me, for like any logical guy, right? If he's in the prime of his career, or are you really gonna sacrifice it for one accolade when he doesn't really all right, it makes his resume sexier, but does he really need it? No, he needs a championship. He's one of the greatest centers of all time. He's an
Wait, say that again. You broke up. Say that again.
We're gonna look at Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic in a positive light because of the way they saved the center position. But at the end, bro, it's like you want to win a championship with him, and he for sure wants that too. Like he's a top 100 player, maybe even he's top 75, but he needs to win a championship, bro.
Okay.
At the end of the day, and in order to do that, Nick Nurse knows how to manage players. In order to do that, you need him rested. You need him missing some games. If he misses a game against Portland, fine, whatever. You cannot have him play every night. And yeah, he needs to accept that fact. He has to sacrifice all NBA first team. It sucks, but it's true.
All right, it's well said. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything else,
I guess we didn't
all that
intertwine
other shit is a pipe dream.
Yeah. All that other shit's a pipe dream. You want to integrate Karl Anthony Towns to it too or no?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So
wait a minute. So wait,
because Nas Reed has been able to step up too.
Wait, hold on. You mean to tell me Towns, just like Embiid, is fucking making a comeback? Is this?
Yeah, I read somewhere Karl is making a comeback.
Jesus, man.
I read it in the morning, and that's why I added it in. Hold on, let me pull up the hashtag.
Man, the championship window is wide open, man, for real. Like these guys, are like, fuck it.
It seemed
man.
like 6 weeks, but
everybody's like, yo, after right off the surgery table, let's just go. We lit.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again. You're breaking up.
So
you broke up. I can hear you now.
I mean, I don't see it here, but I saw a journalist report on it, so I don't know. Like Karl Anthony Towns is close to being back.
That's crazy, man.
Hello?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I find that hard to believe.
I saw that report. I'm like, whoa, 6 weeks past. No way, 6 weeks past this fast.
Yeah.
But maybe some bullshitter guy. I mean, you can cut it off from the video, but
Yeah, it could be. I've seen the same report. I saw the same report.
I found it. Legion reports. Legion hoops.
Oh yeah,
I
seen it on their shit. Yeah.
And then he posted his timeline because I'm like, dog, there's no way I'm tripping because I saw this.
Mm-hmm.
But dog, there's not much to talk about it. But it'll be interesting to see how he finds his footing in the offense despite injuries.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely check out Saeed's newsletter below. Check out his Substack.
He's one of the best YouTube channels.
Yeah, man, definitely. I appreciate you. And
take care, bro.
We'll link up again.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Take care.
All right. Peace.